Action. Welcome to episode 3 of the Baroque Works broadcast. I am your humble host, Naya Hemmings, joined by some very awesome people. We got Big Haku in the building. Okay.
Hey, sorry, I was muted up.
You're good, you're good. Lizard, are you
I had
here?
somebody,
Go ahead.
I had somebody ask if we were talking about the newest chapters because they would have to catch up before they dropped in to watch.
Oh, okay. I feel it. Yes, we are. Always.
Yeah, I was just letting them know. Yeah, we're on the current chapters.
Always. I guess Lizard's still doing what he's doing. We have Pat in the building.
Lady Order.
We got some amazing topics for you guys today, but you already know how we always started off. It's with
How do we?
we started off with a general discussion of the latest chapters that we didn't get to cover, and we're gonna do that because chapter 1160 was gas, even though it was just everyone pulling up. It was hype. It was great.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna get into all of those things. General thoughts though before we get into anything super specific. How do we feel?
I'm a little. What's the word I want to use? I want to say excited, but it's like I'm trembling with anticipation of what to expect from God Valley. Like, are we going to get skirmishes? Are we gonna get full out battle? I don't know what to expect.
Okay, that's fair. I'm worried for another reason because I gotta watch Rocks lose.
Oh,
I'm
God.
worried that any day we're just gonna get now back to present time.
Yeah.
Just the abrupt cut.
Yo, please don't reverie to Wano me, please. I can't take that again. Don't do that to me. Oh my goodness.
I mean, at least if we get back to the present time, Elbaf is actually really good. It's not like cutting back to Wano and the worst of One Piece.
Yeah, that's a harsh take.
It's true because Emu's out there and we get to see Loki get active. So it's not, but still because
Yeah.
I guess there's a part of me that believes if Oda for some reason wants to hide something about the God Valley incident left, he might come back to that part later. If you know what I'm saying,
I think we're gonna do that with Shanks and Shamrock's mom because we've seen nothing of her. I think we'll go back to her eventually. When we started getting into the flashback, I was like, we're probably not going to see God Valley, or at least not a lot of it. We're probably going to save the main details until we get into Shanks, Shamrock, Garling conflict in the present time. But then we got so much more than I expected. So I think if we do get more context, if we get more stuff about her mom or their mom or anything that happens in the future here that gets left out, I think that we'll probably go back to that once we're doing Shanks and Shamrock stuff in the present time.
okay, that makes sense to me. Lizard, general thoughts. Yeah.
Oh man, this is a crazy chapter. When I first read it, when I read the title, part of me thought, oh no, a small part of me thought is Oda gonna He's gonna montage the God Valley. It just said the God Valley incident, right?
Yeah.
But no, he spent the whole chapter just doing an entrance basically. This is why I think it's gonna be longer than we think. Than people think it's gonna be. That's gonna be my thing. But it's insane, man. Everybody pulled up. Holy Knight's not moving me, man. Y'all can pack that shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually curious how it ends up, how we know it ends up. We were told it ends up with, Roger and Garp versus Rocks, but right now that makes no sense. Those are not the sides right now.
Yeah.
Also, for weeks now, one of the biggest things I've been shocked with, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually Goon Valley. Every week they're introducing a new female character that's important to the characters involved, and I'm just like, oh my god, it really is Goon Valley.
And most people there are there for Shaki. Whether it's the Celestial Dragons competing, the Holy Knights, some of the pirates who pulled up. Whitebeard with his nonchalant Gunner gimmick. I mean, if she fell for me, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at. Oh, we see right through your act, Whitebeard. We see right through you.
You're not really.
We see through you. And Scopper tripping Roger was actually hilarious. I'm not with the or he's losing aura. Nah, that shit is funny, man. I like that they're a bunch of goofballs, just like the Straw Hats. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mind too because Luffy does that like every arc. He gets sidetracked or trapped doing something stupid, like all the way back trapping his feet in concrete at Arlong Park. Luffy's also like always doing something dumb and getting distracted till he comes in at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Dream. I'm happy that he's showing us this. See, my hope is 4 to 6 chapters of actually seeing it happen. I'm not trying to get greedy because I feel like he doesn't want to show too much. If you give me 4 to 6 chapters of what's happening in God Valley, fighting, and all the important stuff, Kaido getting his devil fruit and everything, whatever the case may be, I'll take it. I want more, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Card here. Woe card.
Yeah, I need that. This is shaping up to be like, I doubt it'll be the most important incident in One Piece, but definitely like one of the most important in the last 800 years. I'm sure the war with Joy Boy or the first and second world ending, you could probably say are the most important, but this God Valley incident seems to have shaped a lot of things that happened in the current One Piece world. So I think it's important for him to really flesh this out. So yeah, I'm having a great time.
It's probably the most important non-voice, like post-voice entry flashback we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else.
And even outside of importance, it's like everybody, like so many different characters are involved that it feels connected to everything because like literally everybody is there or knows someone who's there.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't see Mihawk.
Yeah, Mihawk's the. I even mentioned it in one of my last reactions. I was like, Mihawk has been missing for this entire thing. We have no idea for any character's backstories. He's not been attached to them. So, like, what was he ever doing in the past?
Bullying vice admirals. Marine hunter. He was chasing down rear admirals and commodores.
He could have been chasing down admirals. It couldn't have been that hard because the admirals in this generation must be ass. None of them are there. They need a vice admiral to come in to save the Goon Valley incident.
Yeah,
Say that again?
No, I was saying after one of them admirals ran into rocks, they were like, fuck that. We're not coming close to him.
Archer said, I'm just interested in the matchups and him giving the other characters like Shiki, Whitebeard, and Big Mom solid showings. 2, having them go against random God Knights is a little Well, the God Knights seem to be on the upper echelon of like groups in it. So like them facing them that young, if their level of power stayed the same throughout the years, would be technically pretty impressive. We will talk about some matchups in due time. Go ahead.
Wait, I just want to say, R.I.P. Blackbeard genetics because his mom's a baddie. Rock's not that bad looking, but he ugly as fuck.
He looks so cute in the first battle, and then they showed him again. I'm like, where are his teeth? Why does he look like that? Oh, Rox is good looking. His mom is like Nico Olivia with spiked hair to be a little bit, like why does he look like that? He got some recessive gene, bro. I don't know.
The true Davy Jones is a fat.
But if Blackbeard's strong, why he fat? All right. I guess the first thing I'll say real quickly, I kind of gave my expectation of what I want, but how long do you guys expect to kind of really stay in the God Valley incident, and like what do you want? Like what do you think and what do you want? I know Pat and I have said if he wants to stay here for the rest of the year in his flashback, we're okay with that. If you want to wait till 2026 to get back to Loki and them boys, I'll wait.
Yep, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I just, realistically, I'm thinking like 2 chapters, but then again, I didn't expect this flashback to be this long to begin with.
I agree.
So it could be so many.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
No, what's your number?
Oh yeah. I actually thought about this before, but So doing the just bear with me for a second.
I'm walking with you.
The next volume that's supposed to come out, I think, is 113, right? It's gonna go up to until chapter 1155, right? So the rocks formation chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And these volumes are usually 11 chapters. They've recently been 11 chapters. So the next one would be 1166. So I think the God Valley incident's gonna next it's gonna be 6 chapters. We're gonna reach the climax at the end of like 1166. So the volume ends on a huge climax. We're gonna spend 2 chapters wrapping it up, and then maybe the rest of the volume, the rest of it is just gonna be like the Herald stuff, right? Because we still have the Herald stuff to look forward to, like why like this is a flashback in a flashback to learn about the Herald flashback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
Yeah, so I think, and then maybe the like rest of volume, 11615 to 1166 would be volume 114, and then maybe the part of the beginning of volume 115 will be the end of God Valley, wrapping it up, showing where everybody went, like the aftermath of it, and then most of volume 115 will be the Herald stuff. I mean, not most, maybe like a few chapters.
Okay.
But even if it ends up only being 6 chapters, that's like the Odin flashback was also 6. It was 15 chapters. Well, it's 14 and a half, but it was like 15 chapters, and we're like 9 chapters deep right now. 6 more would also just equal 15. But I think this will be longer than Odin's flashback
Okay.
because this is the most important flashback in this whole series.
Archer in the chat said 3 chapters at most left in God Valley, but honestly, at this pace, the flashback in whole is lasting the rest of the year. You made a good point, Lizard, about this is like, in a funny way, it's like how are you speaking about the parts you weren't there for? But this is supposed to be about how King Harold died. We haven't got to that yet, so after the God Valley, we still have to talk about what happened in Elbaf and how he ended up ultimately being killed or whatever the case may be, and how maybe Loki got the devil fruit, and then I guess him being defeated by Shanks and then trapped for 6 years. So there is still all of that to get through, which would be technically post God Valley. So that's a good point. Nelly just joined in the chat. He said, I feel like people will complain no matter what Order decides to do with God Valley, either too drawn out or too short. I mean,
Yeah. You think we're gonna see Lola and Loki's story?
oh shoot, him getting rejected.
Remember they said he fell in love with her and got rejected. Yeah.
You know, I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Why did she move? I feel like she was nice to him or something. Like, there's no way you looked at her and got moved, bro. What are you on? What are you on, Loki? You can do better.
It is One Piece. Maybe he did. I mean, everybody's acting like Shaki can stop the economy when Gloriosa's right there.
I'm with you. I think Gloriosa looked better, so I'm with you.
I think Gloriosa's better.
And Rouge looks more like Gloriosa than Shaki, so I just think Roger's a hilarious dude. In that, she's kind of like
we're on his ass.
I know about him. Did you guys talk about Blackbeard yet? The Celestial Dragons are finished traumatizing my goat since he was 2 years old. They will pay for that. Oh, I think he's gonna pack up a lot of them when he's ready to make his move, and I'm here for it. They deserve it. I don't care who has to do it. I'm here for it.
Wait, did you talk about the? Sorry, did you see about the spoilers and then don't talk about them or what?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Apparently, spoilers are already going around. We don't do spoilers in here. I mean, I don't read spoilers. None of us read spoilers.
How?
Haku, do you read
I
spoilers?
feel like there's no way.
That's
No,
what I'm.
I don't usually.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like
because
if they're out
in,
this early, it's got to be fake.
No.
In Japan, whenever the chapter drops, there's a synopsis for the following chapter that comes out, like a short little paragraph or whatever, and then that's where people make their assumptions coming from.
Make
So that's
real
what they know
videos
that's
and make
spoilers.
real arguments the Monday 4 days before the chapter comes out. It's mad annoying. The chapter where Shamrock and Shanks were born, I saw that panel on like the Tuesday. I'm like, oh my lord.
Before I started doing weekly reactions, I followed the spoilers and everything, but for them to be out this early, there's no way.
There's been
They
unless
sometimes
it's-
drop early on week like break weeks. I know that
Because this is a break week, yeah?
yeah. But they
and-
sometimes drop early for the.
Yeah, if it's a holiday they do, is it a holiday break week or an Oda one?
It's an older break.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm a call cap on any spoilers out right now. There's no way they're out this early.
Yeah. I'd just rather not take a chance
Mhm.
and just
Not even GERD move Loki below legit. It has to because God Valley isn't even when the flashback's supposed to end exactly. So we got a lot to get to. But yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I always assume if the spoilers drop early, the chapter will come early, but I guess I'm wrong on that. That's why sometimes when I see them early, I'm like, ain't no way y'all was trying to spoil me from Monday, and I got this chapter like deep on a Friday. I was so mad that week. Oh, I was so mad because the chapter came out as soon as I left, and I was gone for the day because that was the day I went to see Infinity Castle Part 1, in the theaters.
Bro, this man, he was in the group chat beaming. Woke up, first thing he said was One Piece. Rocks, I need it.
It was like 7 a.m. I was so mad. I need OP scans to come back and put belt to ass so that they have to battle for who comes out first. Even though I've always liked TCB more than I like OP scanlations, but I'll take what I can get and then read the other one later if I have to, you know? Because I do my best to at least read 2 translations at all times, so... Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I used to read the official translation because I'm like, yeah, I want to wait and read the official. But then I was like, no, I'm doing scans. There is no way. This is my hot take. Official translation, heavy ass. I really don't like the official translation.
It's not a hot take around here, brother. We all agree with that. They're fucking terrible.
I would even argue, like, that's just quick tangent. Maybe not with the latest ones that I read for TOG, but when it was alpha scans for sure, they were way better than the official translation as well, in my opinion. And then the Kubera ones are terrible for like season 3. Because I've always felt like the best thing to do for stuff like this is you got to get somebody who cares or at least is knowledgeable about the series, not somebody who can just speak both languages because they don't understand the context, the technical jargon that is within the narrative itself. So if I could speak Japanese and English, but I don't read One Piece, I don't think I should be a translator. I should at least be a One Piece reader because I need to understand certain contexts and genders and things of that nature, and I don't like that. They be ass sometimes. But yeah, my problem with the Viz a lot is I'm like, why does everybody speak like they're an English scholar?
Yeah, that's my issue is I will watch people who do react to the official, and then I'm watching it and I'm like, this shit is so ass. Like, my issue is changing things to, like, quote unquote spice up the language, and it just sounds so lame. Or changing names is bad too for me. Like changing Neko, Momoshi, and Inuarashi, like translating their names to
Dogstorm and Cat Viper.
Are we gonna start calling Nami Wave now? Like, what are we doing? Or changing Hachinosu to Full of Lead. Like, brother, it's Hachinosu.
Yeah, that's what
Fire Isle. It's everything, man.
that's what me and Niall were talking about because we were like, the people that translate it in their spare time, it's a passion project for them. So they want to make sure that they get everything right. They're going to add like little author notes at the end so that you can fully understand the context of things that might go over your head if you're not a Japanese person. But then with the official translation, they're just trying to get it checked.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. So what matchups do we expect to see during the God Valley incident? I think one that we know. I think for sure Scopper and Summers go at it at some point. I felt like Summers got PTSD when he saw him. Saw him on LPAP. He said, "Oh, Scopper!" The guy had his ass beat it. I'm like, all right, I like that. So I think for sure they went at it. But I'm trying to think. Obviously, we've been told Garp, Roger versus Rox. But what else? What do you think? If you had to, or what matchups are interesting to you at the very least?
I want to see everybody's reaction if it's Bogard Rayleigh.
Big
like
Bogard
to finally do something, and the thing he finally does is fighting Rayleigh. I would want to see everybody's reactions.
I think we've been duped. I feel like we're gonna get a fatal 4-way between Garp, Roger, Rock, and Garling.
Garling not on the level, man. He a bum.
I don't know, bro. The way he pulled up into that room with the Goro say.
We had to, hey, man. He
was
scaled
wrong.
off his son, man.
He said, "You forget yourself." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm him." All right,
Any chance
slaves.
Any chance Harald the reason that Rox gets taken down, Harald comes in to sneak Rox at the end.
That would be kind of low even for Harold. That would be crazy.
You know, if he does that, it's up for him, right?
Yeah, I feel like that would be just tragic ending, and also like seeing how things worked out with Elbaf to be like he was willing to kill his friend for Elbaf, and the world government still didn't go through with it like they were supposed to.
Well, he said, well,
they said he messed up somewhere after the fact where they're like, you know, I think even Moose said if it wasn't for King Harold, this land would have already been under Moo's dominion, whatever she said. I speak in the third person. I can't fucking stand you. I can't stand Evil. I can't stand Evil. I can't wait to see Evil's ass get beat by Blackbeard. Whitebeard versus Figureland. Maybe Big Mom versus Saturn. Oh, that's interesting. I think Shiki is fighting Rayleigh. Bogart versus Rayleigh will be legendary. That would be gassing Rocks too much. Gas him. More gas. What did LeBron say? Another one. And another one for you. I'm going to hit you with another one.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
The more gas he gets, the more gas Roger gets when he beats his ass. But I think... yeah, the Sony sent chat, but I like Rayleigh versus Garland because it's just a funny fact of like he beats him up so badly that he just never spins back, despite Rayleigh just being right beside the Holy Land.
With Shaki,
like, he just
who you want to be your wife.
I totally just forgot something. When Shanks first meets Whitebeard, Whitebeard's like, "Oh, you always remind me of these scars."
Yep.
It's probably Whitebeard versus Garling.
I've thought that for a while, but Lizard's the one who pointed out that he didn't even have I don't know which scar he's speaking about, but all of his scars are on the front of his body. When he says that, I think you said like when he's talking to Roger, when Roger's dying, he has no scars at that point, right?
It's the Odin flashback when he's like it's him, Odin, and
yes, that's what it was. The Odin flashback. He doesn't seem to have the scars there yet. So then I'm like, why did Whitebeard say that then? Unless it's just one of those mistakes, or like Oda maybe forgot to draw the scar or something, because he did forget to draw Whitebeard's scar the first time he introduced him. Well, not first time, during Marineford, and fixed it in the volumes. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you saying something, Haku?
Oh, I was just saying no. It's a good catch unless it is just a mistake.
Or getting a retcon to some degree, which I can live with.
Yeah, because mistakes like that happen in One Piece all the time.
And it wouldn't bother me for him to maybe originally be like, I'm saying this because it's supposed to be more Roger related, but as the story evolved, it's like, since you have the connection to the figurines, they could still make sense. I could flip that to be like, your face makes the scar ache because your father gave me one of the scars I have in my body. So they said, give me Dark King versus Garling. I need Ray to beat his ass. I see some people say God Valley is a place where Ray got his title, the Dark King. That's interesting. I don't know when he got that title, so that'd be interesting if he got it post God Valley. I don't know what he's known as right now or what his epithet is. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I think like it seems to me Whitebeard is like a side character in God Valley, which makes sense. He's not really like. I mean, like, he's obviously Whitebeard, right? It's like obviously not like when he's really making his waves right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in like a storytelling standpoint, Ridley versus like the his love, him taking back and saving his lover type beat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Do you think it's possible it's mostly just a battle royale where they're just attacked and people fighting and clashing all over, and there's not as many true 1v1s as we might think there would be? Because it looks chaotic. Because it's chaotic,
yeah,
right?
There's a good shot.
And there's so many factions. And remember, the Roger and Rock's pirates are not the only pirates on the island. I'm not saying there's another like necessarily high level pirate crew there, but it's it's pandemonium. Open.
I feel like Oda's kind of moved away from 1v1s a lot, because you think about the past few arcs, like, we had some 1v1s in Wano, but not as many as you would expect for the characters that were there. And then you would think we would do 1v1s again, introducing 9 Vice Admirals, and there's 9 Straw Hats going into the raid on Egghead, and then Egghead was just kind of a free-for-all.
But those Vice Admirals are bomb. Like, Frankie was one-shotting them.
Big Abdel, thank you. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate you. 58 months! Oh my lord. Welcome. Continue.
Oh, yeah. just a couple things. I want to say, I think you mentioned Gabon and Summers. At first, I thought it was gonna be proper 1v1, but the way he acted, I think it would be funny if it was just a repeat, like he smokes him again, and like
Yeah,
Mhm.
just
like,
another speed blitz.
Yeah.
exactly, and then he moves on to maybe like against Shiki or Silver Axe.
Because part of the
But
thing, I think you have to ask yourself, sorry, real quick, is are the God? Okay, I'm not gonna call the God Knights weak, but are they like? Are they more difficult to deal with just because of their healing / immortality factor, more so than their overall combat strength? You know what I mean? Am I in the garage?
Yeah.
I'm in the basement. I'm in the basement.
I think their overall combat strength is strong.
Uh-huh.
Like, I personally view it as, but the immortality stuff plays a big role in it. I feel like any of the ones we've seen in Elbaf, though, I could totally imagine Oda riding them, fighting against Admiral or Yonko, and not just getting one shot. Like, it would be an actual fight.
Even Summers, the bum, like
Yeah, I would definitely see Summers fighting, like, from what we saw of, like, Kaido and Big Mom, I don't think he would get one shot by them. I think it would be an actual fight.
Yo, that nigga gotta die. I'm actually
he getting packed up, man. Gabon here, Divine
Like-
Axe Symphony, or whatever it's called.
Seeing him
Well,
in
here's
the
the-
flashback
Mm-hmm.
with like him being on the same type of time, like trying to prickle little kids, and then like in the present day with Elbaf, like what he was doing to the children, he gotta die.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm really glad for it too, because I feel like it's been a while. One Piece, for almost all of its run, the villains were just straight evil all the time. The villains were awful. And then lately, you know, we had Saturn was kind of like, he was evil, but he was standoffish. We didn't see him getting directly involved that much. And then Kaido was a little kind of like jokey, inconsistent. But before that, from Big Mom all the way back through the past, the villains were like crazy evil. So it's nice seeing like Garling, Summers, just people that are crazy straight up evil again.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I didn't notice. I didn't really make the connection, but somebody really pointed out like, Summers has that sick thing about wanting to like he has a sick fascination between like the bonds of a parent, right? Like he likes seeing the parents struggle for their kids and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to be packed up, man. But what Naya was saying about the one, I agree. Like I don't think it'll be a thing, but I think like the major characters will get. I think like the important characters will. Like we probably won't get like a Captain John 1v1. I'm sorry, Captain John fans. Like he's not getting a 1v1, but everybody will probably get a 1v1.
You just
that's
pissed off
like-
all 16 Captain John fans in the world.
Hey, one of them is Buggy, so
and
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm one of them.
I, you just be drinking. I don't know. I feel like he's a demon, but I don't know. All I see him do is just be in the bottle, man. Demon in the bottle, arc of Tony Stark.
Feel
You
it, bro.
need to defeat alcoholism first before you can fight. Shiki's the one I want to see get active for sure, just because I know he was one of the major players in the Roger era himself. So I want to see Shiki get active. I want to see some flying sword slashes and whatnot. I'm here for it, and I don't mind seeing a young Kaido and Big Mom get active too. That would be pretty cool to see. So, but Big Mom seems to like just rush into the devil fruit. So we'll see what's exactly going on there and what happens there. So yeah, so that should be good.
Speaking of devil fruits and Big Mom, kind of was begging for that.
He said, "Big sis, you're gonna give me one of the fruits, right?" I said, "Damn, you begging." He want a fruit so bad. He said, "I don't give a fuck about swimming. I'm trying to yeah." So yeah,
You promised me, Big Sis.
I got a hype train. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It means people are about to be showing up.
Oh, sick. Let's go. I can't believe you said that about Captain John. Sada also can't move or land a hit to save his life. Oh, he's ass. He's definitely ass. For as much as Oda shows the Celestial Dragons doing heinous-ish, I'm a little scared he might not deliver on their retribution. I'm with you, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Choku's gonna have more fees than half of these Rocks Pirates. Ironically, you could almost kind of already say that just based on the fact that for like what 30 years plus he was the leader of Hachinosu, which is pretty crazy if all things considered. But honestly, he was the obvious answer to pick. But I thought maybe it was too obvious, so I'm like, could it be someone else? But he was kind of my number one pick when I was thinking about who could possibly be. Oh, what's up, Griever? Trader in this. So we'll have to see.
What's up, boys?
Nothing much.
Just talking some One Piece, so I'm just here to listen and see what's going on.
All right, man. I mean, I'll send you the show notes if you want. If I'm just text it to you.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Thank you for the gifts, Abdel. So, I got level 2 complete. I don't know what that means, but I'm happy about it. It looks cool. My screen is doing shit. There's confetti on my screen. I don't know what's happening, but hey, hype train level 3. Let's go.
The power of One Piece.
Yes, sir. Okay. Griever, what's your like general thoughts on the most recent chapter of One Piece? That's kind of what we're talking about right now. But let me see if I can find the show notes for you.
I'm really happy with it, and I just really want to see. I'm curious how much Oda is going to see. When I first joined, I think I forget whose point it was, but talking like we're not going to see every single 1v1. This isn't, and I said this in my review. I said this is not going to be like the Straw Hats at Alabasta or Dressrosa, where we're going to see Big Mom in a 1v1, Kaido in a 1v1, Captain John in a 1v1, fucking Whitebeard in a 1v1. No, we're not going to see that much. You know what I mean? There's too many characters, too many variables. And these are not our main characters. Let's remember that. Mm-hmm. But I do think we're not just going to see a couple of clashes and end it. I really think Oda's setting this up that we are going to see maybe not the entirety of start to finish of fights, but we're going to see some, like what some of the matchups were, and full chapters of said matchups, like at least the major ones. Like we are actually going to see the three-way between Rocks, Garp, and Roger, which might not actually just be a three-way between them. That's how it was described by Sengoku giving a rundown to New Marines, but you know, we don't actually know the full extent and the details on what went down there. And from what we've seen in this flashback, Rocks was more of a equal to the other two, rather than this like overbearing force that Roger and Garp had to team up to defeat him. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Not that in my mind it takes away from Rocks' character. I actually really think Oda led us on a fucking trail and then said nope, ha ha ha, and pulled the rug out from under us with a really good character. So like, you know, not that you couldn't have like a Frieza. He's just evil. He's just an evil pirate. He's the original. He's the OG Blackbeard. He's exactly that. No, Oda decided to do something different, and this is another chapter just showing it. So I'm just looking forward to see how much of the God Valley action we're actually gonna see before he ends the flashback. So,
actually, Nelly's right, and Lizard says this often. It's always funny because you don't even respect Sengoku, but Sengoku did say technically they teamed up to beat the Rocks Pirates. It's not necessarily to beat Rocks himself, but I think anybody who takes like seeing Garp and Roger as comparable to Rocks or Xebec is fair. I'm just glazing, so I'm just gonna say Rocks is stronger than them because I want to. But not by it's not a humongous gap. It's in the same ballpark. But for me, it's just like the hype of the things he's done in the 18 years, from literally starting off by pulling up to the flower room and then smoking an Admiral, clashing with Harold, and breaking through the goddamn gates of justice. I'm like, bro, who is this man? What? Yo, you're a monster.
Yeah. I agree with that. And if we want to do that, what some power scalers use, where they use the out of 100, like if Rocks is 100, then Roger and Garp are 99, 98s or whatever. I'm fine with that idea. You know what I mean? Like, what we don't really know. And as I said, it's whoever you're sort of favoring at the time. And once again, we're seeing all these crazy feats. I think it's just more so everyone expected, like in the Odin flashback, when Odin rushed up, hey, pirates, and Roger was like, oh, by the way, fucking slam and bashed Odin through a bunch of trees. And Odin we knew was strong, but it's like, no, Odin, you're powerful, but you are not Roger. You know, I think people expected Rocks to be that and Roger and Garp to be Odin, and it's clearly a much smaller difference in power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm good with that. I'm actually really good with that. That like, the Oda is doing something very different to most shonen that we've read. That by this point, especially, I mean, longevity is one thing with One Piece, but by this point, our main cast has almost always surpassed the old generation in shonen battle mangas. But he's just sort of glazing the old gen, like, no, Straw Hats are great and stuff. Everyone's cool. They are not these dudes yet. I have been waiting to show you these guys. Like, this is the pinnacle, you know? So I'm just hoping he shows us, like, more. Yeah, I'm hoping for at least, like, more chapters of God Valley itself. Like, I'm hoping it's not done in, like, a chapter or two. That's all.
I feel like there's too many plot points.
No
like,
mustache, no prime. That's funny. Continue.
He's adding like the dragon and stuff. There's like a lot of things. But if he just rushes through in, like 3, like there's no, like we're already here, man. Like just show the whole thing. Like, you don't have to rush through it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like we're already here. We have all the background. And once again, remember, this is a flashback within a flashback within a flashback. At this point, just call it the God Valley fucking mini arc and show us the whole goddamn thing. You know?
Yeah, we ready for that.
Roger Oren come to the plane to the mustache. To be fair, old gen represents the ceiling of power. Some Straw Hats don't even got Haku. We good.
You know what kills me? Like Gaban was like dying when Zoro didn't know about Conquerors. When he sees most of the crew does not have hockey at all.
Yeah.
He's getting us.
It's like Luffy's crew is a well balanced crew from the standpoint of everyone's got a role to play and has a different set of skills that are kind of integral to the general journey. You got combatants, cooks, mechanics, inventors, someone who can navigate and draw maps, someone who could literally read the poneglyphs, right? Like you have everything you need, but like you do have soft targets. Remember when why do I always forget his name with the green hair and the green hair dude who was telling us about everyone's bounties? I always forget his name. I don't ever remember his name.
Brand new,
right? When I had a point. What's my point? I lost what I was going to say. Oh yeah, he said the Shanks crew has no soft targets. Luffy's crew's not like that. Usopp is a soft target. Like I'm sorry, I love him. That's a soft. Yeah. So I think honestly it's just been so good and refreshing to be in this like type of flashback, and we're getting all the things that we're asking for. And I think the one thing that may have shocked most of us is based on what we heard about Xebec, we knew he was just this demon terrorist, whatever. But we're like, he's actually like, I'm not saying he's not those things, but I'm like, yo, Roger, I'm here to save my family. Shaggy! He's trying to fight. He just wants to fight for Shaggy. He's like, bro, I came here to get my wife and kid out of here. And I'm like, wow. I did not expect to hear those words come out of his mouth. And in addition to that, he really is like, yo, Harold, I see Harold as my friend, and Harold's being a bum. So, shout to him.
Yeah, that is true. I do not like Harold at all. I'm like, Harold, you're trying to do something that is not, unlike Roger, who had the foresight to say, he laughed. He went, well, I came here too soon, and I'm going to be dead before I can be the one to solve the problem. Well, what can I do but fucking laugh? Harold's like, no, I want the Giants to be accepted and racism to stop now. And it's like, buddy, you're throwing a tantrum and being a horrible father to boot. Like, you're stretching yourself way too thin, my guy. Like, you have to accept that the way the world is, and you were a part of it. Remember, he was a brat of a fucking tyrant, pillaging asshole for the first 20, 50 years of his life. So he's not clean either. So it's just like, in your lifetime, this shit was still going down. You expect everyone to, you know, and then Rox is just trying to be like, look, world government's kind of shit. Like, the Marines might be trying to save us, and we're not good people either. But seriously, the top echelon, they are worse than we are. Trust me. Like, we're just trying to take them down. They are not good people. And it's like, all right, well.
Nelly and Lizard, leave Jinbe alone. Oh my God, leave him alone.
No, man, we got moved by that big ass government role.
Hold on.
He gave him a random ass role for no reason, man.
You're not. The green room was raw. The green room was raw.
Jinbe was like top 5 for me pre-Straw Hat. Then joining the Straw Hats, I'm like,
he's lost aura.
He does not fit here.
But
he's just lost everything for me.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Why no matter what, I'm always gonna like him on the crew. We have a lot of fruit users. So if someone falls in the sea, you know what's gonna happen if Luffy falls in the ocean. Who's jumping in there first? Chopper's dumbass and Brooks' dumbass. You don't even need 3 people to go in there. Just send Jinbe. He's got it. they all back on the ship. That's all I'm saying.
I think
that's useful. Okay.
my biggest issue, my one biggest issue with Jinbe joining is I think either more people should have joined post time skip or nobody should have joined. Like, I don't like that he's the only one. It makes him like stand way out from the others.
I genuinely always felt that he was gonna join. Sorry, go ahead.
Jinbe, you and Pat? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say Brooke wasn't on the crew very long before the time skip, and then with Jinbe, we met him before time skip too. So for me, it doesn't feel like he's like an outlier on the crew because the times that they spent on the crew together is kind of comparable.
Yep. Plus,
Brooke
you got to remember that
been great.
he was asked to join in the first arc. In the first arc of post time skip, it just that Jinbe was like, "Yeah, I'll be a part of your crew, just not at the moment. We're going our separate ways, but you can count me as a straw hat for now." Since Fishman Island, he was a straw hat. He just officially wasn't on the deck of the ship until.
Yeah, I considered him a straw hat from Fishman Island. The problem is him being the only one feels so weird. Like, if we're having him join, I feel like we should have had more people joining.
Okay,
well, to be fair, Yamato was supposed to join. That was her whole thing for fucking ever, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Yeah, no, I'm staying behind."
Go a little deeper into that. What do you mean? Because I guess what's shocking me, you saying it's like it should be more people or nobody. Like, who else were you thinking? What, Carrot, Yamato? Like, who else were you thinking? Because some people I would still consider honorary straw hats, even though they're not on the crew, like a Vivi. But like, who are you thinking should have joined for sure? Haku, like, talk to me, because that's interesting to me. Because I feel like Jinbe makes the most sense, I guess, in a lot of ways to me.
I mean,
because
Jinbe
I think
made sense because. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to me, it makes sense from Arlong Park. From the relationship to Arlong, Fisher Tiger is hilarious. I always do that. Fisher Tiger, Arlong, Jinbe, and then being like, a brat like this took down Arlong when Ace is like, this is my brother, and then it coming full circle to Jinbe being like, I'm not like helping you because you're Ace's friend or my brother or whatever. I'm helping you because I actually respect you, and then helped him out throughout the whole of Marineford. And I've always felt like Jinbe was one of the few people, but the most consistent person who can speak sense into Luffy. I feel like if Jinbe's not there, he crashes out against Blackbeard in Impel Down. Jinbe was able to speak. Hold on. He spoke sense into him. Then throughout the whole war, he was playing bodyguard a lot with him. So was Ivankov. I'm not saying it was purely Jinbe, but like, he played bodyguard for him, tried to protect him. He got a little bit hurt because of the magma thing. And who was the one who helped him? Like, bro, I know you lost something, but what do you still have? My Nakama. Like, that's why it always made so much sense for Jinbe to join. I just think that, like, he hasn't been hooping in Elbaf, or really much in Egghead. He hasn't hooped yet. He put up no numbers, but see what you're gonna say though. I'm interested in your thought process.
No, I've never thought that he shouldn't join. I have liked Jinbe, like I said, up until I think like Wano, Jinbe for me was like top 5. But then since his full-time tenure, like being on the ship with them, he just hasn't lived up to it for me. And I have the issue with like, there's all these things that make sense for Jinbe to join that have been sprinkled throughout. So I thought, okay, we had our first 4 characters joining, then maybe our next 4, maybe we'll have a last 4 in the post-time skip. Maybe it's somebody that's going to come in and out through various arcs or something. And from that, I was trying to like think of some, I think Smoker and Bellamy are 2 that I thought about, just because Smoker went to the Grand Line at the same time as the Straw Hats, and he's had this arc of first like being like, okay, maybe all pirates aren't like what I thought they were, and we know he also had this interesting relationship to Roger's story, but he finds out in Alabastes, like, he sides with the pirates in a way, and he stands up against the higher-ups in the Marines. And then later on, he sees how
he wasn't even comfortable getting the promotion and recognition for taking them out in Alabasta. Like, I didn't do this. I didn't beat Crocodile. Continue.
And then another big thing for me that happened with Smoker was, or another thing to think about with Smoker is Kobe has been set up this entire time to be the future of the Marines. He's going to be a high-ranking Marine and everything. So we kind of don't also need, like, so are we going to have him become Admiral and then also Smoker become Admiral? Smoker, to me, feels more like he's just been shown the failings in the world government and the failings in the Marines time and time again. Smoker does not feel like the future of the Marines. So I really thought when he was missing for a while, and it's like, we're getting into this raid on Egghead, I was like, okay, Smoker's probably going to show up on Egghead, and this is going to be where he finally turns against the world government and the Marines, because this is where the Gorosei are and everything, and we've just been building that up again and again. And then he just went MIA. We saw like one panel of him on a bike, and that's like it for all that he did.
I do miss
So
Smoker.
I have no idea.
And I think that's a very interesting take. But I feel like Smoker would just, as a Marine, help the Straw Hats. And I think Kobe is going to become Fleet Admiral and reform the Marines to be what it's supposed to be for the people, like protect and serve for the people, if you will. And then it'll stop being like a corrupt organization, perhaps. But like that's kind of the path that I've seen. The Bellamy one, I don't hate it. As much as I don't like Bellamy and I don't want him on the crew, based on what happened in Dressrosa, I could see why you'd think that. I've never heard anyone say that, but I don't hate that take. What about Carrot?
Yeah, I really thought he was going to stick around after Dressrosa. I'll get to Garrett in a second. And also I thought it would be nice because he was somebody that made fun of Dream, said that the era of dreams was over and everything. And he didn't really have a dream other than following Doflamingo. And then he was like looking at Luffy as another person to follow. So I thought it would be nice to have somebody join the Straw Hats who didn't have a concrete dream and he just wanted to follow Luffy and everything. Plus, Bellamy's one of the only people in the entire series outside of like villains or the princesses that Luffy calls his friend, calls by name and all of that. He doesn't call the villains his friend, but he always calls them by their name by the end. So I really felt like there was a chance that he could end up there as part of the crew. And then for Carrot, it feels like Carrot was just lined up to be for a really long time. She fit perfectly into the lookout position. She kind of fit perfectly into the structure of the crew in general. And it felt like her character arc was going somewhere very specific until late Wano. Even in mainland Wano, we saw more from Carrot's perspective than we saw from Usopp's perspective. And the fact is, it's crazy that we saw from her perspective at all, and we're getting like internal thoughts on her, thinking about some of the things that were happening on mainland Wano. But like we had this whole setup with Pedro wanting to sail with Roger and then never getting his chance to. He's like, okay, everybody gets their time to shine and everything. And he was collecting info on the poneglyphs, all that. And I think Pedro is extremely, extremely underrated because he died to let the Straw Hats get to Wano. And on top of that, he had, I think, the highest starting bounty that we know of. I still don't think that's been beat for highest starting bounty. So I think Pedro's really underrated. Also, the moment where he tears out his own eye and everything. So it seemed like, okay, she's following his will. And then we get to Wano, and she travels to Onigashima with the Straw Hats, and then just gets defeated. And it's like, okay, so she's going to obviously get back up. We're going to learn a little bit more about her character. She's going to get the win. This seems very straightforward. And then she just didn't. Pero Sparrow said, go back to Zoe and munch some grass. And she literally went back to Zoe and munched some grass. So I have no idea what Oda was doing with that.
Well, if I can just make one point, I get your point, and I actually liked some of those choices there. They're unexpected, as Nia was saying. I like them. But one of the things is, as we're already noticing, is the split, and part of the problem with Jinbe joining is Jinbe hasn't had like this. He's had a fight against who's who and stuff, but he hasn't really had a moment to shine. Like, we have a warlord of the sea on our crew. We should now be a powerhouse and stuff. We haven't really had a huge, great big like fights and moments and stuff because we don't have enough history with Jinbe. We know his feats previously, but since he's joined the Straw Hats, what has he done? What has he contributed? And one of the problems with having such a big cast is that we already have, a double digit on the Straw Hats alone, let alone making focus on people like Law, like Kid, like
Gunko embarrassing
Marco,
Jinbe was rough too.
Right, exactly. Or as you said, Smoker. Where's Smoker been? We want to follow Kobe and Smoker and all this stuff. We have outside of our main cast of over 10 people, we already have multiple people that we already aren't getting enough time to shine because it's such a huge world now, over 1,000 chapters. So my argument against doing this is the fact that we're already seeing problems of characters falling through the cracks and not getting the appropriate amount of screen time even when they are part of the main cast. You imagine if they've even added 2 more Straw Hats at this point post time skip. Let's use your 2 examples like Bellamy and Smoker at this point, or even Carrot. Man, you're gonna have even almost like
I think. Hold on.
I don't know.
Let me cut in. I think that's an argument against itself, though, because we didn't have Straw Hats join. That's the reality. That's what we get. We didn't have them join, and post-time skip Usopp still hasn't done shit. So it's like, he's not going to magically start doing any less if we do introduce new Straw Hats, because he's already not doing anything. Post-time skip Chopper has done next to nothing, so it's not like he's going to do even less than next to nothing if we do have new characters joining.
Chopper be doctoring.
I suppose. I just personally think that like some of them, like right now, people complain
Big
about
ass
pacing in
doctor.
multiple arcs like Wano and Dressrosa and stuff, and I understand that. And part of the reason was because we tried to focus a little bit on every single character. So the fact is that like right now we're still waiting for Jinbe to get a big moment to himself and stuff like that. And I mean, he still had his moments and stuff, but a little more focused since he's joined, since Wano has been very negligible and stuff like that. And we still have an opportunity to showcase Jinbe a little bit. So while I agree with your point, like Usopp hasn't done shit, this is supposed to be his arc. He's supposed to do something, but will he is the question. As you said, you're not going to get less of zero, but still, yeah.
Honestly, I don't even care about this being Usopp's arc anymore. Give me Brook. I want to learn more about Brook.
True. I love Brook, but so we'll disagree.
I feel you. All right, so what devil fruits do we think are in the 9 chests that are being presented as prizes in the God Valley incident? I think we know of 2 or possibly 3 already. It's the one, the dragon fruit, what is it? The fish fruit, model dragon, Azure, whatever, Azure dragon.
Yeah.
Then we got the pawpaw fruit, Niku no Mi, if I remember correctly. And then perhaps whatever dragon eats. If you guys think he's a Wind Logi or whatever, perhaps he eats it there. I don't know if he has it, gets it later. I'm not sure. But, like, what are we thinking? Like, what fruits could possibly be there? If you guys have any guesses.
I think the Mochi no Mi, for sure.
I'm actually with you. I do think that some of the devil fruits that
Yeah.
Big Mom takes, she does give to her kids. I do think that that's there. And I think Oven and Daifuku were the babies we saw when Gloriosa called her an OnlyFans model. It's like, you're a whore.
Yeah, because
So-
they're triplets.
Yeah, so I think maybe the genie. I don't know what it's called. The genie fruit, and like I think it was the heat fruit. What's Oven's fruits called?
Probably
Let me look
heat
it up.
fruit.
Big Mom
I would
is a
guess
devil
it
fruit.
because
Pate. She's devil fruit. Remember, she ate Mother Caramel, and somehow through that process inherited the Soto no Mi. So she's already a
Yeah,
devil fruit user.
That's still so
already-
wild.
I know. It's crazy. Because I'm like, could I eat Luffy and become Joy Boy?
I'm with you on I'm with you on
You wanna go ahead and
Mochi
try
no Mi
that?
for sure.
Yes, you could.
Because didn't they say Mochi no Mi is like a special paramecia or something?
It is.
So if it's
Yes,
special,
that's
it would make sense as a prize.
It was originally a Logia, but my understanding in the grand scheme of things is that to be a Logia, it has to be something that's naturally produced in like
Yeah.
nature or the environment, and Mochi's man-made, which is why he ended up being a special paramecia. Because like ice and things like that could be naturally formed in nature. Water gets frozen, water, wind, lightning, blah, 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 blah.
So what we could do with that then, what you could do with that is say that we're gonna introduce some more special paramecias, things that were basically Logia-like, but they're man-made. So more special paramecias could be in the chests.
That's interesting.
You know, they're probably quite coveted.
I do think it could be dragons, because I would say dragon probably does not have devil fruit powers now. Like, he might not get
he
it
definitely
here,
doesn't.
but I still don't think he has it now.
No,
Oh,
He's
yeah.
using that little pea shooter. He don't got shit right now.
Yeah.
Who?
The reason that I figured Dragon
Potential
could
to add.
possibly get his fruit here or eat it here is because I think something happens where he has. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what happens with him carrying both Shamrock and Shanks, where he has to put Shanks in a chest or Shanks gets put in a treasure chest. Does he?
I mean, both of them could.
Does he take a devil fruit out and pretend it's the baby and run with it? Like, what is he carrying? A baby? And it's like, it's a fruit. I don't know. Like, what's gonna happen? So, like, how does Shamrocks and Shanks get like separated? That's a big thing that I'm looking forward to seeing.
To answer that, I think it's just gonna be like it's gonna just be a Destiny thing where like he'll have two, like he'll put them in separate chests because they can't fit in one chest, and then it'll be it'll just be like fate. Like just fate happens. Shanks ended up with Roger, and Garling ended up Shamrock ended with Garling. And speaking of Shamrock, I think the Cerberus route might be on there.
Yeah.
That early? That's interesting. That's interesting.
Because he could have saved it, like Garling wins. I get what you're saying. Garling wins or gets some of the fruit. Like some of them were likely still taken by the World Nobles or by the Gorosei. So
the pirates probably gonna get all 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is that he probably said, "Well, this will be a part of my household until my son comes of age or whatever." You know.
I have a slight no. I don't think it happens there. If I remember the flashback correctly, they find that later. No, never mind. I was gonna say the chop fruit, but I think they found that later on in the crew, later on in their journey, and then Buggy fake ate one, and then it's like, I'm gonna sell it to add the treasure chest, and then after Shanks scared him and he ate it, and Luffy's like, "Oh, you saved your life."
No, actually, we never saw where they got the treasure chest from, as far as I know.
No, I think if I remember correctly, in one of the flashbacks where it's introduced, they had just found it, like recently. I could be wrong. I'll go back and check, but maybe it was just there waiting for someone to eat it or something. I'll check.
Yeah,
I'll check.
That might
not
be
be
anime
specific.
only. 'Cause I do remember what you're saying, but I think I only remember that line from the anime. I don't think that was in the manga. So maybe it could have been the chop. And once again, Roger obviously didn't realize there was a fucking baby inside. So, he probably could have grabbed a couple of.
I promise you, I'm putting that chest back on the island. I'm not taking that baby, or I'm drop. Okay, you know what? I'm not that bad. I'll go to an orphanage. I'm not taking some random baby on the ship with me, bro. That's stress.
Bro, the orphanage is worse. We've seen what happened on Elmap.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a pirate. That's none of my business. I ain't raising someone's kid. That's too much work for me.
You're about to feed another kid to Big Mom.
No, I don't want to do that.
Oh, I wonder if we're gonna see, now that we know. Well, can we all sort of assume that obviously Rayleigh does save Shocky and gets.
I think he's the one who ultimately does save her specifically. Absolutely.
Same.
And then she falls for him even deeper.
That's my defense on Roger too, because Rox we think is just going for Shocky and treasure and to cause mayhem. We don't know. We're the only ones we and Harold know his hidden agenda here, right? So, fact is, when Roger went, Roger also had a bit of a thing. He's like, well, Rayleigh probably feels like shit. He goes, if only I had fucking went and got her when I did, she wouldn't be kidnapped right now for the past year for the first time. This is my fuck up. So Rayleigh probably feels responsible. And as his partner, Roger's like, I'm not going to make it seem like we're doing this for Rayleigh. I'm just going to save face with the crew and say, we're going to go save Shocky because I still love her. Meanwhile, he's trying to be a wingman for his first mate there, being like, yeah, I know you feel guilty. If we don't go, you're going to feel like shit. So let's fucking go.
Yay! Oni-chan.
So,
Okay,
Big
I
Chief!
just looked up
Thank you for the
I looked
25-month
at
streak.
Oni-chan. Peace.
the devil fruits. So Daifuku's is the Hoya Hoya no Mi, so Puff Puff, and then Ovens is the Hito Hito no Mi, and then Buggy got the Chop Chop fruit when the Roger pirates took it from an enemy ship.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a replica of it.
that's it.
okay. I was gonna say I just found the chapter 19, and Shanks was like, they were talking about becoming pirates and yada yada, and he's like, what were you yammering about? Something interesting? He's like, aye, we found some devil fruit. They say devil fruit, blah 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 blah. So I think that's a fruit they just found, they just got from whoever they defeated. So
Fair enough.
yeah, it was a thought I had.
What about boas? What about the love fruit? We know it's incredibly dangerous.
She was Oh, we know how she ate that. She was forced to eat it by the
The
celestial dragons
dragons.
when she was
My
a slave.
That's
Yeah.
my
So
point.
they could have had
They
it
could have
from
had-
here, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's my
Ooh.
point. They knew she was beautiful. They kidnapped her. They stole her, and they gave her the love fruit, like force
Okay.
fed her. Like,
Okay, so how much? So how many did we name yet? How much is that? 6 or 7? So we said what? Pawpaw, dragon,
That's a lot.
dragon's fruit, the love fruit. Damn, what else did we say? I forgot already.
Katakuri's fruit.
Katakuri's, the
Mochi
Cerberus,
Mochi,
Mochi
Cerberus,
Mochi,
Marco's
Koi
fruit,
Koi
maybe?
fruit, Idol.
Daifuku. You think Whitebeard found Marco's fruit there, and then first person he found, eat this, eat this fruit. It's fire. Phoenix, bro, it's lit. But eat that. You don't even.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't have to swim because you could fly, baby.
Yeah, that would make sense because we've actually not listed a single zone yet, other than the Azura Dragon that we know is there. So
Yeah.
let's go with the Phoenix fruit.
I mean, well, yeah.
Where was God Valley located? West Blue. West Blue. Because
Which
they're
makes sense because Shanks told Whitebeard, "This is from my hometown in the West Blue." It's like,
yes, the calm
yeah.
belt. You need to either be just strong enough to go through it, like Rayleigh and swim, or you need a special type of ship with Sea Stone Prism. Big Mook, 14 months. Old farmer dude from Legend of Hay put everything into motion. Man had to come with me in the Mara. I know why you said that, because you saw that the ending screen where they were in like Bikini Bottom, and then they were in like Naruto, they were in Avatar, and then you see the I remember. Yo, that show's so good. I'm so happy you're having a good time watching it, bro. Okay, I think we've kind of come up with enough for the most part that make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You might not even get to know what they all were. Some of them could. Here's the thing about Oda is that sometimes not every single thing is relevant. So one or two of the fruits could have just been, you know, eaten by whomever, and they eventually got it 10 years down the road. They got lost. They got transported. They're still up in the World Nobles treasury room. You know what I mean?
You're reminding me. I still want to know, how did Bartolomeo and Bon Clay's fruits get off of Wano? Because we saw Bart and Bon Clay's fruits on Wano.
Oh, but remember, it doesn't necessarily reincarnate to the nearest fruit. That was a mistranslation. It could go anywhere. Otherwise, the world government would have gotten the Nika Nika fruit at their hands on it a long ass time ago.
Okay, that doesn't make sense though, because then how did Doflamingo get the Mara no Mi?
Because it reincarnates somewhere in the world, and Doflamingo was just lucky.
I always forget. I think it's an anime only scene, but I think when Smiley quote unquote dies, whatever fruit Smiley was gets like put into like one of the random apples in the basket that was on Punk Hazard, but that could have been an anime only scene. So
I think that was anime only.
okay, then
I don't remember reading that.
Then disregard what I just said then. But we'll see though. What's interesting?
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you think Kaido eats that shit immediately? Tries to become a dragon, or does he wait? Takes it
He
back
probably
first.
ate it right then and there.
That boy opened the chest and took a bite.
Yup.
Said, "Ugh, gross." I won't lie to you.
It's like, I'm ready.
So they always say like I know like how it works is like, let's say I found the like Godo no Mi, and I take a bite and I swallow it, and then Pat eats it. I get the power. What if I don't like it and I spit it out? Do I still get the ability? Is it too late? If I took a bite and said this is the nastiest fruit I ever tasted, and I don't ingest a single morsel of it, do I still become a fruit user?
I think as soon as you take a bite, that's it, bro. I think that's how it works.
Oh my god, I'd be a dickhead if I was a fruit user. I'm like, you have to eat the whole fruit, bro. You gotta eat the stem, the skin. I'm making everybody eat the whole fruit because it's nasty.
I'm chew it like 10,000.
You gotta chew that. You can't put any salt or seasoning on that bitch. You gotta eat it raw. Yeah, I'm being an asshole. But
Wait, walk with me. Jack fruit. God.
No.
Okay, so what if, since his fruit, everybody was talking about Kaido's fruit being the fish fruit, and they're like, oh, because you have to go up the waterfall to become a dragon or whatever. What if Kaido just bites the fruit here and he can only turn into a fish
a carp
right now? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we just
probably
have
how it
fish
works.
Kaido.
That's probably how it works.
Yo,
honestly. Probably.
mythical Zoan's got conditions to activate his true ability is hilarious.
Really,
You guys,
really quick, guys. It was chapter 703. They stated that it does reborn and reincarnate in a random part of the world.
okay, thank you.
That was confirmed. So
Okay, thank you.
got that.
There's juice left on your saliva that would probably still count as ingesting something. All right.
Dofi got that insane gotcha pull then.
Yo, he went outside to the garden and said, "Wait a minute."
See, I just thought Dofi was smart enough. Like, if you're here at God Valley, if it worked the other way, it's just the nearest fruit. If you're here at God Valley or if you're at Marineford, just pull up with a bucket of fruit and just wait for people to die.
You could get lucky. That'd be awesome. That'd be funny. Someone did that. Okay. This is Pat's topic. I'll make that clear. It's not mine.
Yes, sir.
He want to talk about the weight of Dragon's impact in the story so far. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's 0. But go ahead. Let me stop. Go ahead.
Potential dad.
Look though.
All right. I'm listening.
I know throughout the present story.
Hold
the
on.
only thing Dragon has-
Let me look east first. Okay, continue.
How this man gonna tell me to start and then be like, hold on?
Oh,
But look.
I want to make sure I'm looking east.
It's Naya, man.
The only thing that Dragon has done, like concurrently throughout the present story, is
Ellipses.
kickstart Luffy's journey with whatchamacallit, Logtown saving him from Smoker. But now with this backstory, it adds on to the list of things that he's done behind the scenes.
You're right. He
So the
saved
first thing-
Shamrock, a bad person. I'm sorry. Continue.
all right.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Are you done?
Say your piece and ignore Naya for like 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
I said too, after this chapter, I was like, I really thought Dragon finally took a W. I was like, oh man, he killed a celestial dragon. He finally took a W. Then I'm like, oh no, it's just a trank. I gotta rescind it.
To be fair, I thought that he was saving because the panels were together. The previous chapter, I thought he had inadvertently saved Blackbeard. I didn't realize the one he came across was Shanks and Shamrock's mom.
I made that mistake initially too. But go ahead, Pat. My
And I
bad.
was like, oh, that's interesting. But anyways,
Can that Pat cook or burn down the kitchen?
The
Whatever
first
he's gonna
thing,
do.
the first thing that he's done that we saw in the series that was in a flashback was that he saved Sabo from the wreckage, right? So without that, he wouldn't have had Sabo reunite with Luffy later on. He would have died if he would have just been left to drown after like his ship getting blown up, and he would have succumbed to his injuries. So that's the first thing. Then, now as we've seen, the second thing is he saved Ivankov and Kuma when they're about to get targeted by a celestial dragon. So without Ivankov and Kuma, obviously Kuma wouldn't have saved Luffy and the Straw Hat crew on Shibodi, and then Ivankov would have helped Luffy in Marineford and Impel down after he was attacked by Magellan and he was about to die from the poison. And then the last thing is he was the one that got Shanks on Roger's ship, or at least he saved Shanks and Shamrock from being raised by Garling together. So without that, that wouldn't have been the point for Luffy to kickstart his journey on becoming a pirate, because he would never have met Shanks if Dragon didn't do that. So when you look at it from the grand scheme of things, Dragon has been very integral to everything that has gone right in Luffy's life. So even though he hasn't been presently involved, indirectly, all of his decisions has weighed very heavily on the impact that Luffy has had. So I find that very interesting.
I'm good with that.
Does anyone else?
I
have nothing nice to say. So, does anyone else want to like add on or disagree? Because if I go, I'm talking shit.
Pat's not wrong though. Dragon, like, from what we understand, he tried his best to save Shamrock as well. Obviously, we don't know what happened yet, but something happened. And as we've seen from Shanks, if like they're not born inherently evil, had he managed to save both twins, Shamrock also probably would have been raised in a different fashion. So, fact of the matter is, he did do that. He did save Luffy. He did save Sabo. He did. I mean, obviously, we've also seen him make mistakes and stuff like that. But fact is that yeah, he's still, and from what we understand, he is still somewhat bleeding resources as a third or fourth or whatever you want to consider it power. So the Marines can't completely focus, or the world government can't completely focus on one target. So at the very least, and from the attack that we don't know the full details of and stuff like that, but from the attack where Sabo got away and stuff, the existence of Emu and all that stuff during the reverie is now all. If it wasn't knowledge to Dragon before, he fucking has it now. So, there's Dragon's got some import to the story for sure. He hasn't hit the main scene ever. So when he does, it'll probably be interesting, but he's always been in the background so far.
I really, really like that he's finally doing something, because it feels like forever. Like, even in points where you thought maybe he would do a little bit, we have just seen absolutely nothing so far for the most part. So I really like getting to see some aspects of, like, what his personality or character, like, might be like on a deeper level finally.
The interesting thing about him is that he
So funny.
I am hilarious. That was good, right? See, I should be a stand-up comedian. Dragon's personality is a lot different from Garp and Luffy. It's, I guess, like, he has the resolve and everything else that they have, but he's a lot quiet, more reserved. He doesn't seem to be wacky or zany or like goofy in any capacity. But I wonder if that's because, like, he was honestly truly radicalized and traumatized by what he saw, and that just made him a more serious person. Luffy's seen bad shit and whatnot, but, like, Luffy's just so uneducated. Like, I just understand why he moves the way that he is. I'm not trying to diss him. It's just literally like, Garp just threw that. Garp said, I threw you in the jungle. Live. I tie balloons to you. Live. And then, like, Garp has a lot of Luffy in him, and Garp seems to be the person who wants to be a Marine because he wants to apprehend pirates. So it is interesting to see that his personality is so different. He's obviously impacted the story by saving Shanks. And then Shanks saving Luffy, that coming full circle, saving Luffy against Smoker and Buggy and things of that nature. It's just like, I need him to do something presently. That's what I'm waiting for. Like, I guess he got more active at 17. They did at, what, 55? How old is he now? I need more.
His back hurts, man. You should know.
Hold on. Let me hold this sign up again. One more time. One more time for the people.
I feel like we're slowly ramping up more appearances of Dragon because he's building up to being able to do something.
Can I ask you guys a question? If Dragon for some reason wasn't a crazy powerhouse, would that bother you?
It would bother me a little bit,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Explain why, yes or no.
Be okay. I think it would be okay if he wasn't a crazy powerhouse, because as the leader of the revolutionaries, it's like, you could put forth that his ideas, his heart that's, like, willing to go out and put himself at risk to help people is more important in pushing things forward than actually being that strong. But it would be weird after seeing Garp and Luffy. It would be weird for him to not be at least pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
I would be upset because we see it in One Piece. Obviously, strength isn't everything, but lineage factor means a lot. And, like, bloodline, Conqueror's Haki being inherited, and also to be the leader of an organization. Like, in this series, that means you have to have, like, quite a high level of physical prowess. So for him to be attached to the names of Monkey D. Garp and Monkey D. Luffy and be the stopgap in between and not have any of the powers that they possess, that would be a little disappointing.
Yeah, to command all these and we've already seen some of the commanders and stuff, to command all these powerful people and stuff like that, it'd be like, it would be similar if Shanks was weaker than Lucky Roo, Yasop, and Ben Beckman. It would be like, what?
I agree.
This makes no sense. You're quality over quantity. You're a threat to the world government, the most wanted man in the world, and you're fucking vice admiral level at best. Wait, what? Like, that makes no sense. So,
well, I would say vice admiral is such a large spectrum from Garp to like Momonga, but fair enough.
Well, sure, but
Oh,
Garp,
yeah.
Garp doesn't count.
I've
Garp
always-
doesn't
We don't
do
count
that.
Garp.
I've
We'll
always,
say that.
I know, but I've always felt like that's the one title, at least in the Marines, that has the largest. I guess maybe the Warlords too, to some degree, but there's a huge discrepancy. Like you can rank from anywhere from the top, like Mihawk, or like I don't know, fucking Gecko Moria post traumatic defeat of Kaido, if you will. You know, like I feel like I could beat Moria. Give me some salt, I'm working him.
I thought about this for like the vice admiral. I think the thing about vice admiral, the reason there's such a large gap is because it's the highest rank you can get just grinding. Like you don't have to be that strong. You just gotta work there. Working there, like.
Do we know that for a fact? Do we know how you really go up the ranks in the Marines in One Piece? Like for sure. Is it just
pretty
on?
sure
Is
just
it merit? Is there like a test? Is it like okay, you did good in this incident, you get like? I don't actually know how it works for sure. I'm sure it's a combination of many of those things, but like, what if I was like dumb strong, but like a liability? Do I get to go up the ranks? Do I stay
You
a
probably
soldier?
will, like they'll just put you in. Yeah, they will. Like Garp is
I'm
there.
pretty sure it's akin to real life, but like you throw in physical prowess. So like you rank up accomplishments, achievements, complete consecutive missions, and then your tenure has to be factored into it. So like how long you've been in it, and then you're like rated amongst your peers, and then if they just find you to be exceptional, then you get ranked up.
Yeah, so it's not like vice admirals have to be stronger than. It's gotta be stronger than. That or not.
I will give Dragon
then-
this though. I'll give Dragon this, and I've always thought this, and I've felt stronger about this since Brand New showed us every single bounty and even Roger's bounty. All right, Griever. I do think he has the highest bounty in One Piece history currently. I actually think he's at about 6 billion berries. I think his
can see
bounty's
that,
I
yeah.
think his bounty's about 6 billion flat, like around there. That's my guess.
I can see that.
Because when Brand New says it, that Whitebeard and Roger were the pinnacle of bounties that were reached, he says in piracy, amongst pirates. I felt like that was very specific on purpose, and I'm like, Dragon is not a pirate. He's a revolutionary. So I think he's about 6 billion berries. So whoop dee doo, as young Thug said. So
Yeah.
we go to prison.
Yeah. I just want to add, well, to my vice admiral, I just want to add, there's a lot of corruption. So if you action like that,
You're cutting out a little bit for me.
Yeah, you can not lizard.
oh shit. I'm just saying, my bad. So like I think one of the reasons for vice admiral is just because if you're in a faction, you're in a faction that has power, like kind of has absolute justice, like factions probably has the most power right now because the Kaino's fleet admiral. So any vice admirals or like vice admiral candidates that that were like absolute justice or in that faction, they probably got a promotion during the time skip compared to the people that weren't in it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
I see what you're saying.
But honestly, seeing a young Dragon doing something, getting a little active, is just like, all right, like, is it the start? Like, do we think that when we flash back into the regular time, we're finally going to see him do something or make a move soon? Because he did say you're going to have to mobilize when the God Knights mobilize. It's about time. Like, I think Oda could possibly shoot himself in the foot. While I don't foresee this problem with Dragon more than I see it with Mihawk, I don't want their first fight to be their last fight. You know what I mean? Even if we get an extremely impressive showcase, I don't want to see that. I don't want Dragon to be like, oh my god, I can lift half a continent, but I lost. Like, I'm not trying to see that. Or like Zoro fights Mihawk and that's when Mihawk loses. I'm not trying to see that. So like, I think Oda needs to stop being so scarce with him a little bit and be confident enough to just let him do something. Do a Dragon Claw, nigga. Crack some rocks. Do something. Like, bro, please. Tired of Dragon. Ellipses everywhere. You want to be red so bad from Pokemon. Tired of him. Okay. Moving forward. Okay, how do we think the first interaction between Luffy and Emu will go in Elbaf after this flashback concludes?
Can I go first?
Of course.
That's mine. Yeah. I think just a thing where like I was thinking about it before, but like like the God Valley flashback is insane, right? But to think about it, like this is like the potential first interaction between the MC and the potential final villain. I think Blackbeard's gonna be that's neither here or there. But I think it's gonna be crazy. It's just gonna like it's gonna be Emu tweaking like Joy Boy. What? Is that you, Joy Boy? And Luffy like, who the fuck? Who are you talking to? Like, but I also just want to see like if Luffy has like a visceral like he just doesn't like the vibes of Emu, if that makes sense. Like everything that Emu stands for, he's like, yeah, like like Dressrosa, he was like, I feel so strained here to Dofi, like this is suffocating me.
Yeah.
I wonder
His
if he's gonna
hockey
have
stinks.
I think he's gonna have he might have like that would be interesting to hear a similar thing where like he's like, oh, in your presence everything feels too suppressed and I don't like that. But I'm really excited between these two, like what it's gonna be. But yeah,
I think the interaction will be interesting because it's going to be somebody with a lot of knowledge on just history in general and what's been going on and what Luffy represents. And like you're saying, Luffy's going to be like, the fuck is a Joy Boy? Who is Nika? I'm Luffy. Gomu Gomu no! I'm just going to start throwing hands into what the hell he's talking about. So like, it's going to be literally like pure ignorance versus like, I got all the knowledge. And I think it's gonna make for an interesting reaction. But like you said, because Luffy's observation hockey is powerful enough that he can kind of sense emotions and things of that nature, I could see him being like, there's something about this guy that I'm sensing that rubs me the wrong way. Like, you gotta go down now today. And that wouldn't be possible through Gunko. Maybe Gunko gets defeated, but not Emu. But I think it'd be a hilarious interaction because Luffy's gonna be like, what are you, who? Joy Toy?
You're like, Joy Boy, I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Exactly. Right? Like, you have no idea what he's talking about. What Emu's over there freaking out or like getting like locking in, getting serious. Luffy just like laughing. Yeah, just bouncing around, doing his thing, bro. I think it'll be interesting. What the rest of y'all think?
I think
Luffy's. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Luffy's first interaction with Emu is probably going to be like a shared interaction alongside Bonnie, where like they're both gonna start using Nika powers and Emu's gonna start tweaking. He's gonna be like, two Nikas, two Joy Boys. What the fuck? It's gonna be like, what's going on? He's gonna be like, it's a Nika bargain sale.
It's gonna be Axel from Kingdom Hearts when Roxas pulled out 2 Keyblades. 2. Start freaking out. Haku, what are you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, Luffy just finally gets up to the top branches and he's like, wait, what's going on? Who are you? Emu's monologuing about, the true state of humanity is demonhood. And Luffy's like, oh, so you're a bad guy. The like moment he always has of like, oh, so you're a bad guy or oh, so you're a good guy. He's just gonna do that.
Griever, are you back? I don't know if he's back. He said he'd BRB. I guess he's not back yet. Okay. I do think that will be an important interaction. It's going to be historic as well because I foresee Emu losing here, but obviously this is Emu channeling its power through Gunko. So maybe Gunko goes down. But an interesting thing that I forgot to mention is I think they said that Gunko is the God's Night Steel or something like that, and we've seen Gunko in the flower room with Emu when Rocks pulled up. Arthur, Legend of the Library of Ohara. Remember I told you guys, I'm really into watching One Piece creators who can speak Japanese now because they catch shit that other people can't catch. I like, I'll show you the other girl that I like too. Her name is like Dawn and Dusk. She called that Blackbeard had Davy Jones' blood over a year ago. Because she understands Japanese and like number and the kanji and the symbology of whatever the fuck, how it connects. And I'm like, yo, I literally said, do you have observation hockey? Like, that's crazy. You called that a year ago. Damn, I had a point. I forgot my point was. What was I saying?
You were talking about Gunko.
Yeah, Gunko is apparently possibly like Emu's slave in a weird way. Like the way that it was like worded or something like that. But I guess being a slave of Emu still gives you a really high status because of what Emu is. So I'm not sure. I honestly have to go find that again. I might be kind of misquoting her a little bit, but it was interesting. It was interesting. But yeah, Gunko. I think Gunko actually might be the only person Emu can truly channel their power through. Though I do think Emu can buff like Summers or buff Killingham, but I don't know that Emu can actually manifest themselves through everybody. I think it might just be Gunko. What do you guys think about that?
I think there's like a special, like maybe every generation there's somebody that that Emu can interact with. And then I had this like crazy, like this is a wild out there theory, but you know, like they say he's Gunko's part of the Man-Mare family. Part of me wonders if Gunko just like Emu just lied, like he made Gunko lie about that, and he's actually like Gunko's actually from the Nerona family, and like only Neronas can they can only interact with, or they can only take over Neronas. So you just gotta lie about their origin. But also I think he's called he's like in officials they say she's the knighthood's pet. Well, hey man, everybody be lying. Did people think Rocks is yeah, like he's the knighthood's pet, devoted god of blade. It might be like I was thinking about it. It might be a thing where like Gunko, like to normal celestial dragon, she's seen it like that lower like intern or like like the team, like the laughing, or like the one that got to put up with everything. She's like the lowest rung in the Holy Knights. But in actuality, she has a super high ranking, but she's with Emu. Mm-hmm. But the Holy Knights don't know that, because I mean, not the Holy Knights, just normal celestial dragons wouldn't know that, because what's it called?
They don't know. They seem to be like useful idiots that Emu uses to just keep them complacent. Here's your wives, here's your slaves, do whatever. They're like useful idiots to like run the world kind of thing. So I wouldn't give them important information like the fact that I exist. I don't think they know. I don't think they know that Emu exists. So
they probably think Gunko is like some assistant, or like some like one that like she's lower in the rung, but she's actually like, if you know, like any Holy Knight that knows, and she's like probably the most important Holy Knight out there.
But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting interaction. You know what would be another good one too? Just let me actually piggyback off your question. You don't see where I'm going?
I'm throwing you in the oop. I know where you're going.
Teach and Emu's first interaction.
Oh, that is...
Yeah. The pull-up. The pull-up. Just like his dad, but he fat, so his belly covered the whole frame in the panel, but...
Yo, walk with me.
Oh...
Luffy defeats Gunko Emu, and Emu's back in the Holy Land, and he's sweating, and then you see a big ass belly.
Blackbeard's right there. Dog. That interaction would be, I think, a little different, because I think Teach would actually know like more about Emu. I'm not saying the entire history and the Nerona family and everything that happened in the past, but like I know of you, who you are, what you did to my father. Maybe if the Domi Reversi thing is true, and then that would be a crazy interaction. I'm actually here for that. That popped me.
Knowing Oda, he would make the most cryptic interaction ever. He's gonna be like, Emu's gonna be like, "You here for that reason? Because of that person?"
Like you.
Honestly,
like,
though,
yeah.
Teach is a kid or like a baby right now. So how would he know? Like if Rox does get taken out here, how would Teach know anything?
Okay, so.
Unless he gets taken by the Davy clan.
No, I think so. Like the one thing about Rox that I found interesting and like immediately is, how would Rox know to even climb or get up the red line, whoever he did, to pull up in the flower room, knowing someone is there, because he wants to be king of the world? Who gave him that knowledge? I believe similar to how Cobra had some type of book or passage that's passed down between the royal lineage of Alabasta, the Nefertari family. The Davy clan either has some type of Davy Jones book or log or something of the sort that maybe... sorry, just to make this even more clear. The Davy clan are a lot of them are like I think Rocks, Xebec and Teach are direct descendants of Davy Jones, like bloodline. I actually think because Oda is trying to contrast and compare Luffy and Teach a lot, whereas Luffy is like another coming of joy boy, but that's inherited will. It's not a literal blood lineage, but through Teach, Rocks, and Davy Jones, I think it's a literal blood lineage, and I think there could be something that's passed on between that lineage. Because if you really think about it, there's a lot of things Blackbeard does know in a general sense that you'd be like, how did you figure that out, and how do you know about that? And Blackbeard, when Oda did the SBS and people asked like, oh, what would Blackbeard's hobbies be? His hobbies are gambling and studying history, aka archaeology. So Blackbeard somehow, I think, was able to get that knowledge. I'm not sure exactly how, but I do think somehow Rocks was able to pass it up. It could be something as simple as maybe when he was passing away, he gave it to somebody that he trusted that gave it to Teach. I don't know. Or maybe Teach already has it on him without knowing, and when he's older, or maybe something when he learns how to read, he finds some book that his dad left for him and learns it. Or maybe he learns it on his own. There's many avenues Oda can take, but Teach and Rocks are people who know things that I don't think they should know. Similar to how Roger even figured out that, yo, I got to Lodestar, and I'm like, nah, bro, something's up. There's another island. This is not the end of the New World. And went back and started reading poneglyphs and be like, please give me Odin. I'm about to die in 2 days. I need Odin, bro. Like, yeah, I think it's something along those lines. I haven't really thought about it in great detail, so I'm going off the cuff, but Teach knows things that I don't think he should know. and
I agree with that.
And he's a knowledge is power type of person too. He's the opposite of Luffy in that sense. Luffy's a delegator. He's like me. He delegates to things. I don't know. I can't read. I can't use swords. I can't navigate. I don't do that. I beat ass. I beat niggas up. I send you flying. That's my job.
Beats ass.
There you go.
You know, yeah.
A tiny note in his pocket. He go slap his belly and the whole leg gonna be knocked out. That's crazy.
Yo, when he said where are you going, I think you're gonna go with Loki. Like this is potentially like his first interaction with the person that
would also be pretty cool. Loki and Teach meeting, because I could see Loki.
No, not Loki. Loki and Emu.
I don't hate that either because of what happened with Harold. That's also another interesting one. But no, I was thinking because he said Luffy, I went to the complete opposite of Luffy, which to me is Teach, and I'm like, yo, Teach and Emu first meeting would be crazy. I feel like Teach should be sweating though. He won't be aura farming the way Rocks did. He gonna be sweating and breathing hard.
Loki gonna be thinking, yo, why is this fat ass? I should have been Rocks' son, not him.
It should have been me, not him.
Okay, I doubt this is it, but what are the odds Teach is Mosa? The guy that
the Marked by Flames?
Loki's been talking to.
Oh, shoot.
I actually like the theory of it being his stepmom there.
Yeah, I think that's the most likely for me is that Ida is Mosa. But if it was Teach, that would be a cool way to tie things into. And then Teach could have heard
thought
things
about
from
who
Loki.
Mosa could be. Yo, I never had that thought one time. Mosa. When you said Mosa, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, are we talking about Film Z? That's what I'm thinking of too.
The problem with the Mosa being Teach or anybody that's not either in Marijo, which we know is like under attack right now, according to Emu, or in Elbaf where shit's going down, is the fact that they said, I won't be able to contact you anymore because that thing, you know, and I don't like to beat people up and stuff, like way too timid. Unless Teach is putting on and just lying through his fucking teeth every interaction we've heard on that side of the call, then it's definitely not Teach in that regard. Like, people assumed it could be a slave from Mary Joa. It's somebody actually in Elbaf. It's somebody like that, because unless they're feeding Loki false information.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like what we've heard of Teach before, like the way he speaks and interacts.
Right.
So I don't think it's Teach. I was just throwing it out as a possibility. But also that got me kind of thinking, Rox knew a lot of things that he just did not tell his crew, and we know that Blackbeard's crew is kind of untrustworthy, so there may also be a lot of things that Teach is keeping to himself and not telling his crew.
Yeah, I think for sure that's the case. Honestly, and sorry, just to throw us out there, Haku, forgot to say this. If you believe this, right? As of present, I think Rox is a hockey man, if you will. You know, I don't think he has a devil fruit. But if you believe that somehow Xebec's spirit is inside Teach, or is the other soul in him, and he doesn't, that's why he doesn't sleep, and he has 3 personalities or whatever. Maybe that's how he knows what he knows too. So some people think
Well,
that
it was brought up that that could be part of the reason why, as you were saying before about Teach having this knowledge that he shouldn't have had, obviously similar to the knowledge that his dad had. Someone brought up that maybe direct descendants of the Davy clan. Now, I'm still on the whole. Oda would totally call it the Davy clan. The clan of D just stands for Davy, and it's Davy. But I could see Oda with a sense of humor doing that. But if we go on the line that the D clan is actually separate in some way, and that this is a direct line, that's why he can eat 2 devil fruits. Right there. Davy clan members are exempt from that rule. They're, you know what I mean? And then you have that whole thing, right? So, like, the idea that he got this knowledge of, oh, I can actually, that's why his body is weird.
I'm still of the belief that eating 2 devil fruits is impossible if you don't have the yami no mi. I still think the yami no way is no mi is the pathway that allows your body to somehow be able to host more than one. Though I do believe that his special lineage, maybe because he's a Davy clan member, is part of that, or whatever the case may be, or maybe there's something else about his body we just don't know about, because Marco way back called it atypical. But because the way they talks about how it draws in the devil fruit's power, and how when he makes physical contact with you, it's not like sea stone prison. Well, not sea stone prison. It's not like being underwater where it weakens you. Luffy's rubber properties still exist when he's underwater. He just can't fucking swim. He sinks like an anchor. But when Blackbeard grabbed him and impelled down, gear second turned off. It went off. The blood started flowing normally, and he threw him in the ground, and Crocodile's like, what? Crocodile fought him like, huh? Crocodile was so confused, like, what just happened? He's a rubber man.
He was like,
Also,
bro, he slammed him
right.
on the ground and he's bleeding. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're right that it could be a combination, because remember he brought up one fruit that they wanted, and maybe that's one of the ones that are in the 9 chests. He brought up the one fruit that he wanted
What's
that
up,
would
Brian?
only show its true power if Harald ate it. So maybe the Yami no Mi doesn't, get its full effectiveness without somebody like Teach eating it.
Yeah, and maybe like whatever fruit that he was talking about with Harold and Loki, you gotta either. I don't know if their blood is special or just simply an ancient giant is the one who can utilize it to the best for some reason, one reason or another. Maybe if you think it's like it's Jormungandr or whatever, the world serpent. Like maybe the biggest you can get is based on like how big you actually are. So being an ancient giant allows you to maximize the size of it. Like if a Tontara ate it, you'd be like a little snake. But if like Oars ate it, you could like wrap yourself around the red line or something crazy like that, right? So I'm not sure yet, but yeah, those are all possibilities. Loki, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to add to the who Mosa could be. Either might be a good choice, but I want to say, that girl that was working with like the girl we see in the flashback that's always there with Loki
That offered him some juice.
Yeah, no, I think that was Ida that said that, but
No, there was a girl outside the pub when Ida was.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
she's
that
runs the
yeah,
pub
she's
now.
the one running the bar right now. I think her being Mosa might be interesting. Like, if Ida's not there, then she ends up being Mosa.
We also, now that you brought that up, we don't know, I think it was Griever that said to remember the stuff that Mosa mentioned seems like they might be here on Elbaf or they could be on Meriwa. We don't know if when they did whatever they did that led to Harald's death, could the Celestial Dragons have taken Ida and she's just been trapped at Meriwa this whole time?
They seem to want a dragon pet. Wow, a giant pet. So it's not impossible.
Don't
I
do
hope
my,
I
man,
hope it's not the case because I actually like her.
She the best. She would. Yeah, man. She's such a. She one of the best giants.
Oh yeah.
I would like to have one flashback where a mother doesn't die.
Did you
Well,
guys?
you already did go
I
with
saw
that.
I saw the I saw the meme where it's like Oda in a flashback when he's prepared to kill somebody's mom, and it's LeBron with the 6 when he went crazy in like game 6 against the Spurs. They said when Oda's ready to kill someone's mom off, he be in his duffel bag. I would say parental figure. I would say parental figure in general. I wouldn't go as far as mom. Like I'm thinking like dads, and I'm thinking like Rochinante and everything. But yeah,
Yeah, like Tom and Hiruluk.
yeah.
Wait, real quick. Let's all remember that Sengoku let his adopted son's supposed killer be a warlord for 10 years without doing anything. We on that bunk, hey man.
Yo, Sengoku stocks be go. Damn, I didn't even think about the damn. Sengoku gets it's up.
I'm thinking about it now.
It's up.
Like, anytime you look at One Piece and what has happened so far, the world government look like the biggest idiots in the world. Like, they are so stupid. This whole time, they can't track down Luffy's fruit. They see this guy running around stretching, and it's not until, like, pretty later on that they're like, hold up, wait a minute. And then they literally as soon as we find out that Rox is Blackbeard's father, it's like, okay, so the world government let Blackbeard just be a warlord?
But think about this too, right? Xebec pulled up to the flower room and threatened Emu. And then the world government gave him a deal to take over Hachinosu and gave him money or whatever, and he like stole it. Like, they're just not competent. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're like, maybe she's doing shit. Like, what's wrong with them?
I think it's also just Emu. Just he like they're too cocky, right? They're 800 years in. They're like, fuck it, man. If anything goes bad, I'll just reset the world. Like,
I could see that.
Yeah,
too.
that's probably what it is. They're just comfortable doing that shit.
Yeah.
like.
Sengoku, the true Dark Buddha. Them Elbaf elders really didn't want Ida to be in the castle. Maybe they got her locked up in the Heaven Realm. I'd hate to see that.
So I love Garp, but is Garp's alignment here kind of knocking him down for anybody else? Garp just pulls up like, oh boy, I love slavery.
See, everyone takes that completely. All right, I'll defend Garp for one quick sec because the idea is, remember, the Marines are a good
Actually,
force
I need you
in
to
the
do this,
One
Griever,
Piece
because
world.
help me, because this is my one knock on Garp. Even though I love him still, I have to be like, bro, you know
Yeah,
they're out there
I love
slaughtering,
him. I love him here,
and you're
but
on,
I'm like,
and you're on,
Garp, you are not fighting for the
you're
right side.
you're
man.
on vacation, knowing what's happening, and as soon as they said Roger's there, he's like, oh yeah, I'm coming now. Go ahead though.
Okay, so basically, to point on that, Roger is his John Dillinger. Garp is the FBI. He's the guy. That's my guy. That's the guy. That's the one pirate who keeps getting the fuck away from me. I am Garp. I fucking conquer. I never lose. And this motherfucker keeps matching me and getting away. So every time he hears the name Roger, he goes. That's just a dog with a bone thing. Okay. So the other part is the fact that the Marines are a good force in the One Piece world. Like, remember, most pirates are like the Rocks pirates. They're like Wang Ji. They're not good people, and they will stab you in the back and sell you, just like the Celestial Dragons buy you. The pirates will sell you. They will pillage, they will plunder, they will do whatever to your islands. They destroy, they maim, the whole thing that Harald is fighting is the fact that giants have been doing this for centuries. So nobody wants to like, oh, you giants are good? Well, I don't fucking trust you. It's like the Germans after fucking World War II. It's like, no, we don't like you right now. We cannot trust you right now. You know, so it's the same idea. The Marines are still they're the police force in the One Piece world. And for the most part, we're seeing the negative side because we're following Luffy, who's a good-natured pirate. But he is a rare occurrence. Most of them are kid. So fact of the matter is that what Garp stands for, he's not standing for the world government and celestial dragons. So this whole, he stands by slavery. No, and if a celestial dragon came up and said something, he'd punch him in the face. You know, he would pull a Luffy. But the fact is that that's one of those things, it's the lesser of two evils. And that's why Garp is caught between the two.
Is it really the lesser of two evils?
Well, from what we understand,
Yeah, they are really
like,
wiping
like,
out an
like, do
island
you
every
blame-
3
I'll
years.
tell you this much. Do you blame the a really good like 20-year? I mean, I know. All right, most people are going to be mad at this or whatever, I'm sure, but police or military guys, do you blame the colonel who's a war hero who fought, who saved a bunch of people, who were saving women and children all the time, and do you blame him because the U.S. governments are assholes, or the Canadians, or whoever? Pick your government. I'm not trying to start a political war here. But, like, do you blame, oh, that guy's not a hero and he's fighting for fucking terrible people because the president's a dick? No, you don't. You go, that guy followed orders and saved a country and saved a bunch of people. So we're holding Garp to this crazy standard. We're holding him as though he's the president, the soldier, the commissioner, the everything. We're holding him accountable for like 90 positions that fill up a real world situation. We're holding him to be the king, the queen, and the whole dang yard. And it's like, he is literally just a soldier who's trying to make sure that pirates don't raid islands. He's trying to make places like, Goa Kingdom and stuff safe for the common folk. And he does a damn good
It
job
was
of
not safe. And it was not because of the pirates.
I think the issue is just making the world government too comedically evil and having too many people know about them being so comedically evil. Like, when they're wiping out an island every 3 years and he's like, oh man, that's happening again this year? Guess I'm chilling. And then he hears somebody's going to disrupt it even though it's a pirate, and he's like, hold on. This can't happen.
I'm not saying he's a saint either. I'm not saying that he's a saint by doing that and stuff, but what he's doing is he's sitting back like, look, that's why, once again, he goes, no, I'm not being promoted to admiral because I'm not working for those dicks. He goes, I draw the line. I know I'm doing good things. When I set out to sea, I'm stopping bad people. I know I'm doing the right thing. Whether the hierarchy and the upper echelon and the politics are corrupt has nothing to do with me. I'm still catching bad guys, like the FBI agent who catches the murderers. He's like, if the FBI is corrupt at the top of the food chain, that's got nothing to do with me. I'm still the best detective on the streets, and I still put bad guys behind bars.
You're better than Sengoku. That's all I need. Fuck it.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'd say a couple of things. It's just, like I've seen it a few times where people say the pirates are like just as bad, but we gotta ignore, like, we're ignoring like the difference in like resources that both of them have. Like, a random pirate is not gonna have that much, but these guys have like legit like everything going for them for any celestial dragon. And then as for Garp, like, sure, he might not say he wants to, like, Garp might say that he he might dislike that shit, but he also just in the Marines, and he lets the Marines use his name to further propagate their own shit, right? Like, he's the hero of the Marines. He basically lets them parade him around and then use that to do whatever they want, right? It's like like, oh, the hero of the Marines, Garp, is believing in this system. That must mean it's good. That's what a normal civilian in One Piece probably thinks like.
Yeah.
So it lets them get away with a lot of the shit that they're trying to do.
But even if Garp, who tried to leave, remember, even if Garp attempted to leave and stuff, they would still use it. He'd still be the Uncle Sam poster boy. It wouldn't matter. They would still spin it that way. And he's not going to pull a Kuzan, you know what I mean? Because he's been doing this way too long. He's in too deep to it. And he's just thinking like, I'm once again, he's not a saint. I'm not saying that he maybe did make the wrong call and stuff like that, throughout his life. But the fact is that he's still out there as the more of the beat cop, going out there and catching the bad guys and doing what he can, what little he can in the rock hard place that he's in. He knows the government he's working for is corrupt, but he's also seen the evil of pirates, and he's like, shit. Like, and at the time, he's just a young man. He's like Luffy. Like, we don't condone Luffy. Well, you can, but like, Garp's just.
But Luffy's different though. Luffy's not like, he's a pirate. I don't expect to I don't have any more expectations for him.
But remember, the mantle of hero and all this stuff was put on him by the same corrupt world government. Garp didn't ask for it. Garp's like, I'm going out to fight strong people. If we gave him the Goku, if we found out in the Flash that he literally joined the Marines because he had a Goku mentality, he goes, I just want to test my fist against the strongest there is. Hi, it's me, Monkey D. Garp.
You're actually saying what I said last podcast when I said Luffy and Garp have a lot of Goku in them, where Goku's a good dude, he's a good person, but ultimately, what's Goku's ultimate goal? to fight, get stronger, self-improvement. And
yeah,
because of that, there's a lot of selfishness in him in that sense, and I think Garp embodies that. But as a Marine who's supposed to save civilians and things of that nature, it's just a bad look ultimately. Like, perhaps something happens in this that makes him look good. So like we'll see how it shapes out. Like maybe like I don't know. Like it's the one like knock against Garp that I've never found a great defense for. Where I'm like, it's just a character flaw. Like I still like Garp, but I gotta be real. Like the idea that a slaughter is happening and you're on vacation sipping a margarita is crazy to me. But as soon as you hear Rogers pulling up, he's like, all right, I'll stop. Finally.
I also
Maybe
just
it's one of those things
the
like
fact that
when he went
he
to the
sees
bar
it.
capital, Garp knows he can't stop it on his own. You know what I mean? And he doesn't want to team up with pirates. So once again, you pointed it out that it's a character flaw. He's really selfish, but that still makes him a like once again, as you said, Goku's a good dude, but it doesn't make him always the hero. It doesn't make him, he puts the Earth in danger just as much as he saves it. And in the same regard, Garp's kind of the same way. It's a character flaw, but and I'm okay with accepting that. But I really don't think if the Celestial Dragons tried to murder a baby in front of Garp, do you honestly think Garp's just going to stand there and let that fucking happen? I don't see it. He's going to conquer hockey, knock them out. He's going to keep the babies, and then he's going to pick his nose. I don't know what fucking happened.
It might not, but if the Celestial Dragons bring him like 20 feet away, put him in a different thing, he'll just let it rock. Because he be doing that, man.
What did Roger do for Garp to have his level of fixation on him?
He's just strong. He just likes
it. I would say something similar to Smoker and Luffy. Just one of those things that like one specific incident or event piqued his interest, and then like he could never let it go. The same way Smoker was like, why did this kid was about to die, and he smiled, just like the Pirate King, like something like that. Because they both feel similar, so I think it could be something like that. But I don't know, man. Again, Garp and like Whitebeard then Garp are my two favorite like legendary figures in the One Piece world. Like I'm always gonna love them, but they're not perfect. They're not perfect people, so it is what it is.
No.
Yeah.
I think so. In this instance, I feel like people are a little too harsh on Garp, because I feel like it's mostly what Griever just said, right? You're trying to change the institution from the inside out, so sometimes you have to pick and choose your battles. So obviously, with the stuff that the Celestial Dragons are doing for Leisure, he's just one man. Like you can't overthrow the entire hierarchy because you don't agree with a situation or something that they're doing. Even no matter how morally wrong it is, at the end of the day, he's looking at the bigger picture. Like, okay, if I lash out now, I'm gonna lose my position, and I will save these lives. But in the future, they're just gonna do it again, and I'm by myself. Whereas if I'm still in the Marines, I can help so much more people if I have to let a few sacrifices go. Because that's how the world is. Like, you're never going to get 100% of any side. You have to pick and choose.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I hate to be in his position, but... Okay, hold on. Let's move on to the next question, because I think this one's pretty interesting, because it's not something that I thought about too deeply, but when Haku brought it up, I thought it was interesting. So, what do you guys think Figurling Garling's goals happens to be and his true motives? Do you think he's more of a servant, just like doing what he has to do as a Holy Knight, now Gorosei Celestial Dragon type figure, saint if you will? Or do you think he has a bigger ambition? For some reason, I feel like he wants the throne. Like where Emu is.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but I feel like he wants power too. Or maybe that's just it. Maybe he just wants power. Maybe he wants control. Maybe he wants everything, and it's just a greedy reason. Mm-hmm. But we saw, like, when we had, like, the big 2-page spread of the 12 One Piece candidates or whatever, Emu was up there, but also Garling was. And then we just see it just feels like he's snaking his way up the spots. where he's going from like the captain of the God Knights to then the commander and everything. And then we see once Saturn gets taken out, he starts making plays where he's like, okay, now I'm a Gorosei, and none of you get to mess with York. York is with me now. And even back here, he's the one who found out about the Davy clan and found out about God Valley and was putting in word to the Gorosei like, hey, you know, Emu might like to hear about this. On top of that, he didn't have to go have kids there. So is there any chance that because the Davy clan was there, he was like, you know, maybe I need to get my bloodline in there too?
Yes, I do think he purposely procreated with a Davy clan member. That one's for sure. For some reason. I'm not sure why. I mean, shit. Shamrock and Shanks are both really strong, so maybe that there's something there, but it's hard to say because he's such a new character that was introduced, but I just, for some reason, I almost feel like maybe the good rapport that he's built up as a God Knight over the years is the reason he was able to become the next girl, say when Jay Garcia Saturn failed on Egghead. And it's like, okay, one step closer to my goal type of thing, you know? You know how
Yeah,
there's
it
the
just-
half moon and the moon people? Maybe he a descendant of the full moon people?
Maybe. Because again, there's like the big moon theme and everything.
And they're
And-
coming back, yada yada. The
Yeah,
species.
I was surprised for some reason. Like their hair isn't the same color in the manga, but for some reason I was thinking he was gonna have red hair until they showed him in the anime and he had blonde hair.
Yeah, the mom is the red
Yeah, that
hair.
was a little bit of a shocker
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I thought his hair was
I don't
red
know
too.
why I was expecting it.
Yeah, I thought the hair would be red too. Anyone else? Anyone else think that Garling has bigger aspirations or goals or intentions, or do you think that he's just following orders kind of thing?
I think their family is just extremely interesting to me because Garling, upon introduction, he kills the celestial dragon,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, I think that's like one of the most gravest things that we've seen for somebody so high ranking. Because all this time we've been built up on, oh, celestial dragons are untouchable. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Doesn't matter. And then upon introduction for this guy, we see like, oh, he's allowed to kill them. And then further on, like his bloodline, like just his sons being Shanks and Shamrock. Obviously, Shanks quite possibly the strongest pirate in One Piece right now. And then we see like Shamrock with the Cerberus, and then like him being Shanks' twin brother. I feel like there's just a lot more that Oda wants to do with Garling in particular.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, listen, the moon got light and the dark side. Maybe he wants to power both the eternal flame and the abyss. The abyss ability with the mark and everything has always been very interesting to me, and how it works. And Shanks losing the arm that had the symbol on it, I always found was interesting. Like he really gave that up because maybe he wanted to be disconnected from it. But I don't care what
I
anyone
still
says.
think-
I'm still getting a robot arm. I'm sorry. I'm getting over. Someone's making me a robot arm.
A robotic arm?
Yeah.
Frankie, come outside.
Yeah. I need two hands.
We still need to figure out like what happened with Shanks to get that tattoo if it is connected to the Holy Land.
We know
it
he
seems
visited.
Like, yeah, they said he visited, but he was too like poisoned by the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
But how long is visited? Was he aligned with them for some time? Because
Did he fake it?
didn't Stopper call him like the child of destiny or something?
Yes, he did. He said you are a
So
child of destiny.
It's really, really interesting. And that could be, if we're saying, because I really think that he, Garling, and Shamrock have similar powers. So did he get his sword there, potentially, when he went to the Holy Land, if his is sort of matching with his father and brother? Because we saw, you know, the sword Cerberus has the awakened Cerberus fruit from Shamrock, and Shanks's fruit is called Griffin, so I'm assuming that it also has the awakened Griffin fruit to match with Shamrock's. And if that's the case, Garling has a similar sword to the two of them, so does Garling's sword also have a devil fruit power?
Griffin's Sword?
Well, the sword's called Griffin or Griffon. So, and if I don't know that Shamrock's blade is called Cerberus, but she has a biting blade. It wouldn't be the craziest thing if Shanks's blade maybe had a devil fruit in it. I'm gonna go with no for the time being. I think he's just again, I hate saying this, hockey man swordsman, but it would be interesting if somehow they all have like biting blades of their own though. That'd be interesting. It's hard to say though. Shanks seems to be more focused on hockey, like Roger was. You know how like Kaido said that Roger had no devil fruit. He used hockey to bring the world to heal. It's possible that Shanks followed in those footsteps because that was his captain at one point, and he has a tremendous amount of reverence and respect for him. So yeah.
Also, yeah. I also think it wouldn't work with the whole buggy dynamic, right? One has the things like that.
Did Dragon suggest that he go to the Holy Land for recon? He was at Roger's execution at the same time as Shanks. Well, I mean, the Pirate King's getting executed. It's a big deal. So I guess he just, I don't know, wanted to see what happened. Now, Cerberus was given to Shamrock so he can compete with Divine Departure.
So I'm looking. Quick side note. I'm looking at the first chapter when we were first told about God Valley during Kuma's flashback, and I'm looking at the stuff that some of them are saying, and it's kind of interesting because Whitebeard says that Moron Rocks is bound to lose sight of our main goal. We've got to confirm it's here first. And Kaido says it looks like Roger is on his way as well. He's the one person
The Big Mom cuts him
and then
off.
somebody tells him, well, one thing at a time, rookie. So I'm kind of perplexed as to what exactly Kaido has against Roger.
Rogers beat his ass, man.
I think it could be one of those things where he just wants to test his strength. It could be that simple. And they're like, we're not ready. And then just like, relax, rookie. You're not ready for that type of battle yet. Like, Roger's him.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part about that scene and seeing it now is how, with knowing what we know about Goon Valley, how it recontextualizes a lot of what they said there. Like, Rock's actually being there for his family, Whitebeard being on his nonchalant Gooner gimmick, but being like, let's confirm that probably Shaki is here first. Big Mom saying all of your heads are in the clouds on some. Shaki does not like any of you. You're not getting that pussy. Stop. Like, you know? And then I feel like a few other people made a minute. Oh yeah, and then I think Buckin was like, not you too, Whitebeard, not you too, Newgate, because she wants to ride the girl, if you will. But
And then there's this last silhouette here. I don't know who this is supposed to be. Is that supposed to be Kyo? Underneath Gloriosa, and who's the one below Gloriosa? I don't know.
It might be Gonzo you're talking about.
I don't. I'll find the original picture when they're first introduced without rocks. Let me see if I can
11.
find it.
Oh wait, 1096. Right?
Yeah, 1096.
All right, One Piece chapter.
Because he's wearing a hat.
You got the hat on. Kumachi. Excusez-moi. Let's see.
Wait, where he says today we will settle it? Oh, that's Gil Bastard.
Oh, the very last guy in the bottom left. Yeah, that's Gilbaster from Wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, with like the 6 arms or whatever. So yeah, it's Whitebeard, Shiki, Lin, Kaido, Buckin, Captain John, Gloriosa. I don't know who the guy in the metal arm is. The metal is. I think that's the big Ganzui guy, and then Gilbasar. They didn't say shit. They just smiled.
They said we ain't packed up today.
No Chaku, no Wang Shi, you snake, you bastard. All right. Okay. What if anything do you think we're supposed to take away from this cover story at this point? I would argue we know that she wanted to go all across Wano like Oda did before leaving. But like the most interesting tidbit I would argue we've gotten from this cover story thus far is the Kozuki Moria thing. and I'm just like, we're still going. Like, what is the point? Why are we still here? Why haven't we shifted cover stories? What are you guys thinking and feeling?
To me, I think it's supposed to set up the whole like, Pluton's here. So I like that, and like, Caribou told Blackbeard. So I like the idea of it ending with Blackbeard ending up with Pluton.
Okay.
That is a good, like, that would be really exciting. That's a good call. I hadn't even thought about that. I was thinking maybe since we got the Kozuki Moria stuff, do Moria and Perona show up here on Wano somehow?
To do what though?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's been 40 chapters. I have no clue. Over 40 chapters, just 40 cover pages.
Do you think that Moria still has an important role to play in the story, having this new information that he's from one of the West Blue people that came to Wano?
If he's a Kozuki, he might be able to read the poneglyphs. And if so, Blackbeard has Pudding now to potentially read the poneglyphs. Luffy has Robin, so maybe somebody else, either the Cross Guild, or we don't know what's going on with Shanks. Cross Guild's more likely because it is the like previous Shichibukai. Do Cross Guild want to snatch up Moria so that they have somebody who can read the poneglyphs?
That would be interesting. Is it anybody in the Kozuki clan who can read it, or do you have to be taught that? Cause I thought Odin only could read it. Cause like, can Momo do that? I don't think Momo or Hiyori can do that. Can they? Do we know that?
You have to be taught it.
Okay.
But
you have to be
Momo
taught.
never
Momo
got
can't read
taught
it.
by Odin.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I don't-
Moria's older, so there's a good chance he did get taught.
No, but Sukiyaki is still there, so he can teach Momo.
That's a good
Oh,
point,
yeah, true,
actually. It's
Sukiyaki.
actually a great point. He's alive still. In his Tengu mask.
Momo becoming next Pirate King. Watch out.
Blackbeard gave Moria a task. I wonder what it is. Did he?
He didn't know. He did.
I remember Moria pulling up to save Absalom, but Absalom already got his ability taken, and I don't remember what happened to Moria after that.
No, I think he got put in jail. And then Perona came and like saved her.
Oh yeah,
Perona
Moria-
saved Moria during the raid.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
that was in exchange. She freed Kobe in exchange for Kobe telling her where Moria was being kept. And then we found out afterward that they vanished, and we haven't seen them since.
yeah.
But also, he probably does know how to read the poneglyphs, because remember at the end of the pre-time skip, when Dofi came to kill him, Moria was like, "Oh, are the Marines sending you to kill me or whatever?" And Dofi's like, "No, the order comes from way higher up." So it was probably the like celestial dragons wanting to take out somebody who can read the poneglyphs.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
My brain is churning now.
Yeah, because this has been a long cover story, and it's like, in a lot of ways to me, been the least interesting. The Kozuki Moria thing was big. That was pretty cool, but I was like, is that just a cool tidbit piece of lore to connect him to Wano and to fight with Kaido, or like, are you gonna do more with this? Because a lot of people think Cross Guild is just gonna end up having pretty much most, if not all, the previous Shichibukai. Like, some people even think that they're gonna break Weevil out of Impel Down. I've seen that floating around.
Yeah, Whitebeard's real son. We're not gonna let you get away with it.
Oh my goodness, that's a clone. It's a botched clone. The lineage
No,
factor
yeah.
did not work.
Give Miss Baki her paycheck.
Yeah, I will
child
die on that
support.
hill. Weevil is not legitimately Whitebeard's kid.
Marco,
Absolutely
she
not.
was like, "Marco, go save him." He's like, "Nah." I don't know who that is. Who the fuck is that? Like Buggy dicing his soul and possessing other people or objects, like a combination of Big Mom and Moria's fruit. Did you say something before that? Or were you piggyback on what we said? I don't know. I don't know if Buggy was able to possess people, but I feel like he could probably chop himself up enough or small enough that he can maybe like make things flow and control them and their movement to some degree. But him possessing people's soul would be crazy.
I don't. Yeah,
That's Mihawk, the Mihawk counter. Let me stop.
Everybody's a Mihawk counter, man.
No,
I
everyone's
think
Mihawk upscale. You're wrong.
my bad, man. Joy Boy, Mihawk up.
You know, if you have a
I
sword in your
think
hand, Mihawk upscale.
I think part of it is just with the cover stories is it's because Oda loves doing things like he loves waiting until the right moment to reveal things, right? So I think he's just wasting chapters just like fucking because he wants to do these reveals at a certain like he has like oh, this reveal has to happen 1176. So he's gonna spread that shit out. So I think that's part.
That kind of makes sense because he's done that in the past too, with like the revealing the pudding and Aokiji stuff, or with revealing like some of the mad stuff as we were getting into like backstory for Vegapunk and like the Stussy reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Mori reveal comes right at the start. Was it like not the start of a God Valley, but at the beginning of the.
It happened, I think, 2 or 3 chapters ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to just see what happens with it. I hope it ends soon though. Like I'm actually tired of it.
Or nobody even mentioned. Maybe we finally learned something about Big Mom and Kaido, and maybe that's how it ties into the current chapters, is we're going to find something out in the cover story about Big Mom and Kaido whenever we have an important, like, God Valley Big Mom and Kaido moment.
Sorry, repeat that.
And
Maybe, like, we get a cover story Big Mom and Kaido moment at the same chapter. Or you're just joking because we're never learning about them.
Oh no, I didn't hear you.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe it lines up. We get the cover story Big Mom and Kaido moment at the same chapter that we have a Big Mom and Kaido moment in God Valley.
Oh, that's possible. I don't
You
mind
see a
that.
hand come out the volcano.
Yeah. Well, what I do for me, I just sit here. This might be a hot take, but the cover page serials I always treated like volume extras or bonuses, anyways. The entire time I've been reading One Piece, so it's just like, oh, it's nice to see. Oh, Carrot's doing this. Oh, Buggy's off doing that. You know, like to me, it was just a 1-page. By the way, here's what Hachi's up to. You know what I mean? Like I never took it as so. As something that's like, come on, the pacing.
But
you know what I mean?
sometimes he's timed it up with the actual narrative itself for like a return, like with Hachi,
So maybe
or
that's
like
why
with
this is longer.
Buggy getting
I
all his
remember him
parts,
doing it with
getting his
Jinbe.
parts back together, and then meeting Luffy in Logtown.
Of course.
Sometimes he
I'm not
times them
saying
up
he
pretty well.
doesn't match it up.
And
I'm just saying that, like, for me, it's always just been something nice. So whether it feels dragged out or what have you, like, remember the Orlumbus stuff? This is Orlumbus folding his clothes. This is Orlumbus drying his clothes. This is Orlumbus taking a nap. It was like, okay, we're going through Orlumbus's 9 to 5. All right. You know, and it was like,
that's his Ashton. What was his name? Ashton Hall. 9 p.m. 9:05 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So, like, and to me, they've always just been almost like if Oda kept the comedy or just kept or focused more on the comedy, it was almost like the Sunday funnies, like the comic strips for me. So I just always sit there and I'm just like, what we get, we get. And as has been pointed out, if it matches up with a big reveal, great. So I don't care if the pacing feels dragged out along with cover serials. I'm just sort of, they're there. You know, and if we get them, cool. If it lines up with a Kaido Big Mom thing, you know,
that's fair. I'm not mad at that because I still think one of the most interesting ones was Enel's space journey, meaning the space seas, the space pirates, and like the automatons, and whatever it is he discovered up there on the moon. That one has always been the most interesting to me. Do y'all foresee him coming back?
Yes, but I want him to get packed up.
Yes, I think he'll be back.
I want him to come back and get packed up. I'm sorry. I'm tired of these people.
That's actually exactly what I want to see if he comes back. I want his ass to get beat immediately because he's not like that.
Yeah, like he's got one form of hockey. There's no indication that he's going to learn the other two on the goddamn moon.
What if hockey originated on the moon and he finds the secrets of hockey?
You gonna drink the hockey water?
Hey man,
Ring,
I'm
ring,
not gonna
ring.
lie. I'm not-
Excuse me, Naya. Is that Boruto? Ninjutsu came from space?
All right, let me stop. You're right.
He's gonna show up thinking he's super strong, like, I've been training on the moon where there's less gravity. Then everybody's like, that means you'd be weaker. You've been living in less gravity this whole time. And he's just gotten weaker.
Yeah, he gets down to the One Piece world and he like falls like a rock. He's like, God damn it! I'm supposed to do a
Was
thousand.
it always so
push-ups."
heavy here?
That would be funny.
I'm not a big Enru guy, but
I
gotta
liked him.
admit,
I liked him as a
his
villain,
observation
but
of
I
Haku
think
was very
he
impressive.
served his purpose, I guess. But I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, me too.
We'll
He's
see.
a good villain. I'm just tired of people.
Like,
Oh,
people,
he's gonna be
people
like...
have wanted him back from pre-time skip, so yeah,
Yeah. I understand why, because he was such a like
The drums
a
with
fan
glass orbs.
favorite, like character, not just a villain, but as a character. We just a lot of people like just fell in love with him as a character. So it was like we really want to see, and where he's not captured or blah blah blah. It's like people want him back. You know what I mean? And it's just like I understand it. I get the appeal, but I'm just like at this point, if he came back, you know, he's not. It's like when Rob Lucci showed up on Egghead. It's like, dude, you're about to get won by like any of these guys. Like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was cool to see him, but you haven't stepped up your game. Like Smoker in post time skip, the gap widened too much. You know what I mean? Smoker's awesome, one of the coolest Marines, but the gap widened. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is he the only villain to clap the entire crew?
Yeah,
Beat
does Gongo
Zoro,
count?
Nami.
No, Kuma clapped the whole fucking crew. What are you talking about?
I guess Sanji, but
Literally
Sanji was already
clapped them.
really injured. But Sanji got the thank you for the light. He never packed up Nami or Usopp. Actually, no, he did get Usopp on the ship when
He struck Usopp, yeah.
he got Usopp
Yeah.
when with Connus and Connus's dad was on the Going Merry.
Hey, so
So I don't know. Yeah. I feel like that's a good segue though with the hockey point to. Do you think that we've seen the upper limits of hockey already? If not, what more advanced techniques do you think probably exist? And I'm not just talking about conquerors. Do you think armament and or observation hockey have another step or another ability? And it goes deeper.
I think we've kind of seen it, like with the poop loop that they pulled apart there at the end of Egghead. I feel like with armament, there's maybe a step where you can just, and I guess there'd be more conquerors too, but there's a point where you can just store hockey in objects apparently.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
But I don't think
Mihawk's
that's like
been saying that forever. So
a crazy new thing. I think that's just like things we've already seen. We've already seen objects be imbued with hockey, but now we're seeing that you can imbue it with hockey and the hockey just stays there.
Mm-hmm. So there's like
well, that's what Black
you're
Blades are.
storing it in an item. The Black Blade could be another thing.
Mihawk
There's
literally
Wi-Fi
told
hockey
Cody,
that Shanks
"That's how we
used
learned
from
that Black
miles away of Wano to stop Green Bull.
I think the Wi-Fi hockey is just like
A mission at a very but deep,
Yeah.
like, but from really really far away.
I definitely
it's
think
like
there will
conquerors
be
just
one
from
more.
a distance.
There will be one more step of hockey
Mhm.
for conquerors, and it's gonna be like akin to what Akashi did in Kuroko's basketball, like you kind of put niggas into the zone somewhat, where it's gonna be like an external amplification for people surrounding them.
I could see
remember
that.
I used to think hockey towards the beginning of the time skip had elemental properties you can actually add to your attacks. I remember I used to think
That
that,
would be
at one
cool.
point. That's why I thought that Dofi could use like the string with the heat and Red Hawk, and then after even burning Mochi, I thought those were all like hockey things, but it's definitely wrong. But I remember I used to think that at one point. And like killing, and also you remember Shanks can kill observation hockey with whatever he's doing. Like
Oh,
he can,
yeah.
So I think
Also,
sorry, real quick. I think the one thing that would be interesting to do is something akin. I had this thought. I probably had this thought a long time ago, but I haven't thought about it for a while until recently when I watched the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle. I don't think I'm spoiling anybody, but essentially what Tanjiro did to Akaza, like, could somebody completely erase their will and like killing intent and whatnot to the point where it's like you're almost not in front of them, where like they could sneak up on a really good hockey user if they could completely erase their presence? Like maybe you could suppress it to some degree, like to like 0 to nothing, like you almost have no presence. You think that's possible?
I think that's good.
You could
can see
probably
that.
do something like that, but the moment you started talking about like using their very presence, the first thing I thought of like using their hockey to intimidate was when Zoro used it on Monet, but didn't cut her, but didn't use hockey. He just flexed on her. Like, if I had used my fucking hockey, you'd be fucking dead. I'm just traumatizing you, like making her literally lose the will. She couldn't even reform. She was so fucking terrified. He used his fucking literally his aura just to say, I don't need hockey to negate your fucking devil. I'm fucking Zoro, motherfucker. And I'm like, that's sort of similar to like the reverse of what you're saying. It's like instead of this overwhelming, intimidating presence, erasing it all together so that you can sneak attack and shit. I kind of like that actually.
Nelly
Put
said
the
that.
fear of God
Nelly
in
said, "I thought that's what Shiryu would be able to do with his fruit, but Garp saw through the fucker instantly." Two things: I think the gap between Shiryu and Garp is too large for Shiryu to just be like, Shiryu cannot be that nigga. And two, I don't think Shiryu was hiding his killing intent, even though he was invisible. I don't think he was erasing his presence. He's like, I'm gonna cut him. Yeah, you can't see me. And Garp is like, bro,
And remember,
you're
Garp
too
was
thirsty
like,
for the kill right now. I could completely
saw it.
sense you.
Yeah, he saw it coming. He didn't have enough time because, as you said, he's gotten weaker. He didn't have enough time, similar to how Whitebeard couldn't see.
And he was attacking Kobe. He saved Kobe from getting stabbed.
Protecting Kobe. He would have washed Shiryu. You know, if Kobe wasn't there, if he didn't have to defend him. So, like, that wasn't a killing thing at all. So he was like, ha
Yeah. Speaking of the hockey, I got a couple of things. I think the pinnacle, like I don't think we've seen the full pinnacle of the pinnacle of Conquerors. I think is going to be shown by Joy. Like the only
Joy
ones
Boy
I
and
think
David,
that
David D. Jones. David Jones.
Joy. I don't mean like the only few that I could see reaching it for sure. Joy Boy, probably Joy Boy, Emu, Davy Jones probably. Let me glaze a little bit, but Roger, I think he might have reached it. Observation. How do we feel about the voice of all things? Think it's gonna end up like a hockey thing, or
No,
like
it's separate.
I feel like
Well,
that has
that's kinda
more
what I
to
was
do
thinking
with
too.
you connected to fate and destiny and having some important role to play in the like grand scheme of things. I think you have to just be a selected person to be able to hear that. Like some. See, I don't want to disrespect Shanks. I feel like Shanks would be able to hear the Sea Kings talking for some reason. But like Rayleigh's a very strong and important person with incredible hockey in all categories. And Garp and Oda were like, what the hell is, like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, someone's watching me. And Rayleigh's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Are you good? You drunk?
Well,
Like, are y'all drunk? Like, y'all good?
We know that Rayleigh and Scopper, even in their old age, and you know what I mean. We know they have all three forms of hockey. They're strong, like they're prime. They are messing with God Knight's regen for fuck's sake. They're like, fuck this Dragon Ball Z regen shit. That got really old years ago. We're not doing that shit. You know, with their hockey as old men. If it was hockey related, they would have been able to hear that shit. You know what I mean? The fact that they couldn't tells me that it's not hockey related. That's my like when I was saying, that's my core piece of evidence, because if Rayleigh couldn't hear it in his prime, I really doubt it's hockey related. You know, because Luffy clearly has the voice of all things and was no near hockey pinnacle at the time. You know what I mean? So
I don't think it's necessarily hockey related, but I do think there's a chance that it could be somewhat like Conqueror's hockey, like a conqueror's version of observation hockey, where it's like no matter how hard you train, it's something that is innate. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Like the pinnacle is just something you gotta have.
The pinnacle is
Also,
possessing other
when
people like Emu.
Naya was bringing up the fire stuff earlier, hockey's literally will, so I would see Oda writing it as, you know, in the world of One Piece, if you want to catch on fire, you're on fire now. Sanji, you got bad memories, you want to catch on fire. Luffy punches, he's like, I want my punch to be on fire. If you want to be on fire, you are.
I mean,
I
devil fruits
mean,
were like, you know,
yeah, the
apparently
devil
according
fruits.
to Vegapunk, somebody wanted to be a jacket. So, when I think about something, I'm like, whose dream was to become a jacket so someone could wear them? Yeah, you gotta dream better, but whoever that was, have better dreams. Your dreams stink.
I blocked out basically the entirety of the Egghead Island. So I'm just gonna move on from the whole. We finally met Vegapunk. He's gonna tell us so much. He told us nothing. Nothing.
It was interesting that he did what he did, but I felt like it was really obvious that the world had flooded before. Like, I thought that was so obvious, especially after
think
Wano being under Wano.
Yeah.
And I'm like, duh. Like, did he think, like, I was there reading this, like, this is not a revelation to me, but maybe for thee. I don't know.
Same with the devil fruits are potentially these are people's wishes and dreams and hopes and stuff. And I'm like, we already knew that they were the combative will against a sea god and stuff. So we could all like it wasn't that big a shock. I had that theory before that it was human will manifested in a fruit. Like I swear people have been making that theory for a long ass time. So it just fell flat for me.
Some guy 2,000 years ago said, man, I really want to be a giraffe, and now Kaku has to suffer.
Yeah.
Kaku loves that fruit. He unlocked
Kaku
it in
likes
2
giraffes.
years.
Nah. Zoro was on his ass. He made him got him defensive. I like giraffes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't. You never thought about giraffe a day in your life until that moment.
Listen here, Usopp. You don't like giraffes. I'm not fucking Usopp.
I think of it as people in the past had interacted with the eternal flame, and that energy permeates out into the world. It could be something like you being on the same frequency. Sorry, I'd asked him to expound on what he was saying earlier about hockey being able to, not the voice of all things being a soul attribute. So you think it's related to the eternal, like the eternal flame or the mother flame? Oh, the flame from the mural. Current descendants having what is called the embers of flame.
That's possible. I mean, I like the idea that the voice of all things is similar to Conqueror's hockey. It's something that you're born with. It's not something you learn or can obtain. I just don't personally think it's related to any of the three forms of hockey that we've seen in that regard.
Yeah.
Because from what we know, Momonosuke has it, Odin had it, Roger had it, Luffy has it. Supposedly Pudding's supposed to have it. That's how she's gonna be able to read the poneglyphs, but that's not confirmed.
Well, the third eye's supposed to do something. I can't remember what they were saying. I forgot what it was.
They said it's supposed to be able to perceive everything in the way it's translated. It's similar to saying the voice of all things, but it's like being able to gain the knowledge of all things. So she could stare at a poneglyph and get its information is the idea, rather than actually being able to read it. Similar to how it's compared to how Rayleigh explained to Robin, like Roger couldn't read them. He could just understand them, He's like, I can't read the language. I don't know this shit.
I don't read shit. Okay.
Yeah. You think I can read? You're fucking fired. Why the fuck can I read?
Do you think before we get into the last topic, which I think is pretty interesting, anything else you think we forgot to touch on? Anything else that's on your guys' mind and spirits, top of mind that you want to get into? Characters, fights, abilities, something in the future, something in the past. What's on your guys' heart and spirits?
This has been something I've been thinking about for a while, and I think it has to do with Rocks. Like I think one of the biggest reasons why Rocks ended up why Rocks ends up losing is because unlike Luffy is because the lack of trust and belief he has in his crew, the lack of trust and belief they have in him. And I think that's the reason why he's not like them. Like I know people say like Rocks is actually the most like Luffy.
People say that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I have not seen that take. That's crazy. I find
nah,
very little.
Rocks is
Very.
more like Luffy.
I've seen. I would argue there's very little commonality and overlap between those two, but not zero, but very little. But continue.
I think Rox is more like Luffy than he is like Blackbeard, honestly.
Absolutely. I do see that.
Explain. What? Maybe I'm not
with
seeing
the
it.
way that with the way that he approaches things and the way that he treats the other characters, I just feel like rather than, doing things the cheap way or the easy way, like Teach has done a lot, I feel like his approach to things and the way that he treats the other characters is more similar to the way that Luffy does things, in a way that I wasn't expecting at first.
I think for me, it's there was two major points, and it all basically happened in the same chapter. Number one is that Rocks might have gotten together all these powerful members of his crew and wouldn't take no for an answer, but he also did take no for an answer. He would go to Harold multiple times. Hey, buddy, what's up? You're awesome. You should join my crew. No, fuck off. I'll be back. That's very Luffy. Like, I'm not giving up on you. You're going to join my crew one day, Mike. And then
Okay, but what about all the terrorism and attacking civilians and attacking other pirate ships and Davy back fighting and not trusting his crew? Like,
no, I agree. I agree with that stuff. But my point is that the point was argued that Rocks is not that he's very similar to Luffy, but the argument is that he's closer. The portrayal we've seen, he's closer to Luffy than Blackbeard, and I have seen very little of Blackbeard in Rocks. And plus, when he told Kaido, when Kaido's like, we should force him, and he goes, I'll kick your ass. He goes, he's my good friend. We do not fight our friends. I'm a loyal motherfucker. Shut the fuck up, Kaido. I'll kick your ass for that. That's very Luffy as well. Teach would never do either of these things. And these are two things that Luffy would absolutely do. Just go about it slightly different, but he'd still get mad, say, how dare you, like, look at when Zoro and Luffy fought. The whole reason was, Luffy was like, they were nice to us. How dare you, Zoro? Yes, you know what I mean? So this is absolutely very similar. And the fact is also, you just said that he doesn't trust his crew. Well, Luffy did not tell his crew until literally, was it the arc before? He didn't tell him his dream.
but that's because he's an idiot.
That's
I'm
not the
not saying
same
he
thing.
didn't trust him, but he didn't tell them everything.
But didn't he also say, "Oh, I never told you guys that yet"? Like, I just think he forgot.
There's definitely no comparison in the trust between Luffy and Rocks, but because that's my whole.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take, but I don't think I agree. I think he's still more like Blackbeard. That's just me though.
But yeah, I have my whole thought about the thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
But I think one of the biggest reasons is because his inability to forge true bonds and trust with the people, like with him and most of his crew. And it seems like everybody. It seems like he has a select people, only a select a couple of people he trusts. Like, so he was about to die. Like he only trusts Harold, and he probably only trusts his wife and kids, right? Like he's unable to. And he doesn't have people aren't loyal to him, right? Like he doesn't trust them. But it's not. It's a two-way street. Like Luffy, like the Straw Hats are loyal to Luffy, but Luffy is just as loyal to them. Like he'll go through hell and back, and he'll be like, I had to get them. I know what they can do for me, and I know how important they are to me. And like he showed time and time again. And I feel like Rox has this attitude of like he even said in like when they were pulling up to they're going to pull up to Godva. He's like, yo, you guys, anybody that's not gonna come with me, they can fuck off. And he doesn't really care about his crew. Like his crew is a means to an end for him. Like the same way Blackbeard sees his crew as a way to see. Like it's just a goal, right? Like he doesn't really care. Like maybe the main three, like the main group, like in the Jai group, he might have a different feeling for that, but I'm not sure. But it just seems like he sees them as assets, and I think that's why. Like that's part of the reason why he's not like Luffy or Roger. Like he couldn't inspire loyalty for his crew. and he's not like, and that's why his downfall. Like, imagine if Roxy could tell his crew, "Yo, my family is here. Can you help me look for them?" How much easier it would have been for him.
I feel you.
Uh,
I feel you for his reason for his downfall being like, cause what did Mihawk say? His ability to get people on his side, of Luffy to get people on his side, like one of the most dangerous powers in the sea type of thing. The same way that I feel like characters are punished for not wholeheartedly being willing to like find a One Piece or die trying. If you stop and you try to scheme your way to the top, it doesn't work. You have to have the confidence to just go for it. You know.
Yeah. I think Xebec is just like he like just he has no trust in his crew. His crew has no trust in him, and I think that's the biggest reason for his down. Like one of the biggest reasons for his downfall. And like we even learned in this same arc in Elbaf, like when we learned like that Roger, the whole thing, Gabon's like the thing they say, Roger was extremely injured and Gabon had to protect him. Like where he got the man thing or the forest layer or whatever.
Mountain Eater. For the big clitoris.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Man.
I think.
Yeah. So sorry, Haku. I just want to say.
You're good.
I think he's called like. There's no way you can think that Rox would trust any of his crew to do that, right? Like, imagine Rox was heavily injured. Do you think he's trusting any of his crew to protect him while he gets recovered? Half them probably jumping him and trying to kill him.
I think
And, like,
Whitebeard would.
Whitebeard, but that's not because Whitebeard likes him. It's just Whitebeard's an honorable person. That's like different.
That's what I mean. Whitebeard's got a sense of honor and.
Yeah, but
right
that's
now
not because he
looks up
likes
for maybe
rocks,
those
though. It's
two.
not like he's because of rock. It's because it's rocks.
Yeah.
It's just because it's Whitebeard. If that makes sense.
Shout out to
I-
Edward
it's like-
Newgate, my guy.
Yeah, but it's like rock,
The
like
strongest man in the world. Well, he's dead now, but was.
Rock just got his crew using his pure strength, but at the end of the day, he couldn't form the true bonds, and it led to his crew disband. Like it led to his downfall.
True.
I mean, they all said they wouldn't bat an eye if he died, so yeah.
Straw Edge could never, man.
Yeah. Anyone else? Anything that's important
What
to
I-
you?
What I was
Actually, go ahead,
going to
Haku, sorry.
cut in,
Yeah.
what I was going to cut in and say when you brought up Scopper, I am 100% going to call ahead of time. I think that was Drum Island, and that's why all the mountains have the flat tops and the trees are cut down on them. That's why the mountains look like that. Because the
Yeah.
first time we hear Goldie Roger in the Will of D, it's Kureha
Dr. Kureha,
looking at Luffy's
baddest.
Kureha was the
thing
one
and
who
saying,
freaked him.
oh, they call him Gold Roger now. The Will of D is still alive. So the first time we heard was Kureha. So I think Kureha was the doctor working on Roger, and Scopper was the one that made the mountains on Drum Island look like that.
Yeah, that's been brought up before, and I am 100%.
I have
behind
never
it.
heard that before, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Mhm.
It just does.
Um,
The only thing I'll bring up is that I really want to see on the God Valley, as far as fights go, I really want to see how it goes down, because I think these God Knights are about to get their shit fucking wrecked, because if old fucking Scopper was able to fucking tango with them with relative ease, we got Scopper, Rayleigh, Whitebeard, all these dudes in their prime. These God Knights, other than Garland, these God Knights aren't going to do shit to these dudes. Like, they're about to get fucking washed, and I am here for it. I want to see them get, like, trounced. And I will be more than happy to see.
okay.
It's like, regen? No. This ain't Dragon Ball. You're not fucking Majin Buu. You don't have Piccolo cells. Shut the fuck up. We're not doing that.
So the one lady in the Gods Knights, I think it was just me. I thought she looked so much like Moria. Like, she has the
Which
horn
one?
things and the kind of shape. The one, like,
Yeah.
top
Top right?
right of the panel.
Taller
I
one,
thought
yeah.
Killingham.
I
was
thought
the
she
one
looked more
I
like
seen.
Killingham. I thought maybe like
Yeah.
Killingham's mother or something.
Yeah, there were people saying Killingham's mom, but the
Or
first
same
thing I
clan,
thought
or same
was- I
clan.
thought like, I don't think she is actually related to Moria. I just thought, like, my first reaction was she looked so much like him, and I think that's just another case of One Piece designs kind of converging with similar things, like how Blackbeard's mom looks like a bunch of different characters.
Okay. Y'all think that Cat and Curry be fighting? Just out of curiosity, you think he'd be fighting on this crew? Only thing is they keep him on the ship. This is a random thought I had just now. Daifuku and them. Do you think are they just being protected?
You gotta
He
survive,
could, right?
man.
Oh, this actually brings up a point that so many people argued against. Even myself couldn't understand the whole brulee thing back in Whole Cake Island. Like, who was making fun? Who was cutting up Big Mom's kids on Whole Cake fucking Island and getting away with it? Like, who was making fun of the Katakuri, the son of, and calling him, you know, the shark tooth and all this shit in the jaw? And now it's like, oh, they were living on Hachinosu, where Big Mom wasn't top dog. So Brulee probably got injured while living on Hachinosu, and that's when Katakuri got, you know, this is before Whole Cake was formed because he's already born. So this, I'm like, yeah, they're tying together. I like that.
Pelican Eel.
Yeah.
What is there
Did
anything
you
else?
see-
That was it. Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
else on anyone's
I was
mind?
gonna say,
Oh yeah. Wait.
did you see the one thing I dropped in chat earlier for the one God's Knights member?
Was it recent?
Yeah, it's in the chat here
Oh, hold on.
on Discord.
Let me see. Open chat. Hold on. No, because there is that one freak. I'm like, what are you? And why did why do they accept you? Because they're like prejudiced as hell. So like, you're not even like human looking at all. Hold on. Is he from Imaginary Friends?
Yeah,
he
it's
from
from
again?
Foster's
Yeah,
Home.
Foster's. Yeah.
Foster.
Yo, this is a god knight, yo. This man's a god knight. Look at him. Oh shoot. Yeah, I looked at him and said, "Why are you there? You ugly. They do not like you. They tolerate you."
I just got one last. Well, yeah. I got a Oda hit me up. He told me that Sengoku and Don Shinjaku are doing a 10-day battle outside of God Valley. That's why he couldn't pull up.
Oh, you busy? Oh, well, you know, this is for all the strongest, so you know they can't come. They're not invited. They're not invited. Do you think Sengoku had to unlock Buddhism by reaching enlightenment?
What late?
Yo, he def faked that shit, man.
This is where he got the fruit. Garp got one of the treasure chests and gave fucking Sengoku the fruit.
Said you
Yo,
need this.
when
You're
the-
weak as hell.
Yeah, one of the funniest things that Sage said was like, I think Seiji said, Kong was just assistant for the admiral that died to rocks, and he just got that promotion.
Remember
He got that fake promotion.
This is the gathering. Anybody else weirded out by the fact that I know, like, Celestial Dragons said that the God's Knights are there, so maybe they're not worried about it. And Garp only went because Kong was like, by the way, Roger, motherfucker, I'm gonna get him this time. Other than that, but he's only a vice admiral. None of the admirals have shown up. There's no Buster Call and no fleet admiral whatsoever. Like, nobody else on that side is showing up, and this is the gathering of all the most powerful pirates in the world right now. And no admirals to be seen. They don't want the smoke or something. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, they were bums, man. Garp was carrying the Marines for 40+ years, man.
That's what I'm on. I'm like, these guys, we might make fun of like Sengoku and stuff, but that generation was carrying hard.
They are. Pat,
Yo,
anything on your mind that you want to touch on before the last topic, or?
I'm just really curious on the identity and significance of the man marked by flames.
Oh, yeah. Who the hell is that? Now, when Aoki said me, I think like you just fought that dude. that should be laugh. Kuzan is funny. Kuzan is funny.
I love
He's
it because
been-
everyone wanted it.
he's been funny
Oda
since-
reads the comments.
Yeah, since the Long Ring Long arc, and even like Film Z, like he's funny. He makes me laugh. He's funny.
Yeah, the first time him at Nami, it was like, here's a super sexy chick with big bazungas. I was like, what?
And he said, "I'm on vacation." It's like he's like, "Don't worry about me.
Do what
I'm
y'all
passing
want. I'm
through.
chilling."
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do nothing."
I love when Luffy asks some questions too. He's just like, "What about this?" He goes, I'm not answering. The next question. What
But
about
even,
this?
but even like,
Nah.
but remember when he pulled up when he pulled up to save Smoker, and he's like, "Hey guys, if anyone, never mind." Like, okay, we all tell him when you came. Like, you know what you wanted to say. He couldn't even bother to finish his sentence. He's like, whatever, I'm out. He's funny.
It's like he woke up hungover. Like I could explain. Never fucking.
Yo,
No, but for a kid to introduce, well, not introduce, but make his presence known this late in the series, and then like it happens right before the final saga, I feel like he'll have an extremely huge, significant role to play. So I'm very curious to see who he is and what exactly he has to offer to the series.
I think the man marked by flames gonna be a crazy. Like he's gonna be an interesting character.
It's
But I'm
rocks.
just sorry.
Oh
I'm
my
just
god, it's
like,
rocks.
Yeah, I was about to say rocks.
I'm just like, yo,
He
you know how much-
survived. He's old man now.
Yo, I'm just tired of these characters, these random characters getting like, yo, Peep, no, it's Peep, just Soul Kings. Yeah, I posted there. There's like, I know it's not power scale, but just funny as fuck. Like, these friends' power scales brought random characters in this shit. Like, look at, they just said man marked by flames and they put him fucking above. They put
What?
him above. Just nothing. He just man marked by flames above Xebec and above.
Yo, they got Joy Boy, Emu, Ryoma, Romeo, Davy Jones, Rock Xebec, Man Marked by Flames, Luis Arnott, Man with Eye Patch, Willie Gallup, and Kong. Yo, hold on, let me put some screen.
You know who Louis Arnott is, right?
He was the author that said don't spend too much time in Elbath for some reason. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
why he
that's
said
it. And
that.
he's apparently.
like, isn't he a writer? Isn't he an author?
Yo, and this is I posted a panel. This is the only thing that Willie Gallen was in. He just said a quote, and they say he top.
Also, is anybody? Have we already debunked the theory that it's Scopper and that's the scar? That's a burn, not a sword slash.
Yeah, it can't be him. It
No,
has to
it's
be
not.
someone else.
It's not.
He's,
then
he's
the-
one of the. It's where the last poneglyph is. Scopper would know.
Man,
I mean, it can be Scopper, but I feel like that would, for me, be kind of anticlimactic.
I
Yeah.
suppose, but one of the problems.
Man with an eye patch
the
is
man
killing
marked
me.
by
I know
flames,
who-
no
Fake-ass
one
character.
knows what
Who
it
is that?
It's like, wait a minute, no.
It's because some interview a while back, Oda said, that when we see the man with the eye patch, that's how you know the series will be ending. And now people say Have you seen the first picture, by the way? This is the second one, I think, and then the first one is.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because he's never drawn somebody with an eye patch.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
did say
everyone was
that.
hoping it'd be Jinbe when he came back
Barbaroux
and won, but
Lahore.
Hold on, I'll put the first one too. Give me a second. I'm struggling.
no, I'm just sitting
This
there
your
like the
bag
whole
now.
idea that the man marked by flames is the only person who knows. It's like no, most of the Roger crew who are still alive know where the last one is. They were there.
For those who can't read
Yeah,
French,
they know.
For those who can't read French, 9 says the man with the eye patch, and 5 is the man marked by flames. Because
Barbaroux
I know y'all English people. I got y'all.
Hey man, I speak French.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Man marked by flames.
I just choose not to speak that European language.
But yeah, I think he's gonna be important. But it's just funny as fuck that people are putting him like he's stronger than Xebec and Roger. I think Kong Prime.
Kong Prime, dog.
He's never had a prime. He stinks.
Do you guys think Law
Yeah,
and or Kid have
Kong
a?
ain't on shit.
You guys think Law and Kid still have a major role to play in the story? Do you think they'll like reform their crew or some new facsimile of a crew, or do they just show up to help in the final war?
I think with Law, because he's such a huge fan favorite, Oda will definitely be compelled to bring him back sooner rather than later. With Kid, I was a little unsure at first, but I think he will come back.
Law's got plot fruit. Kid's apparently dead.
He'll be back. Now,
be
what role
cool.
he's gonna play when he comes back, I do not know.
What if
but he will
what
be
if,
back.
what if we see somebody with the Jiki Jiki?
Yo, Jika's gonna return, man.
It's not Jika. I remember seeing that when he was underwater. Chica has returned. And they had a kid with the Joy Boy hair. I remember that. That's dead, bro. Oh, I still think Kid deserved better, bro. I really do. I don't care. No, I'm not a Kid fan, but he deserved better than that. He did. I stand on that.
Yo,
Oh,
peep.
man.
Peep the thing. Peep the thing. Soul King's chat.
I got you. Oh,
It's not
man.
Mika.
There it is. Oh, Mika. There was one. That's what it was.
No, it said Jika.
Yeah, West
I don't know
okay.
why it says. Yeah.
He has returned. Okay. Let's get into the final topic. So, something I was thinking about for a while was when Rock said that he felt like Destiny was pulling him back to God Valley, and that he feels like Destiny's not on his side. I feel like he knows that his final stand is gonna be made here. I think he knows he's dying the same way Roger did. So my question for chat and you guys is, if Luffy, similar to Roger and or Xebec, knew he was going to die soon, who do you think he shares a final drink and tail with, like Whitebeard, and Roger, or Harold and Rocks?
I'll go 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Kobe.
Okay.
Speak.
It's gonna be Kobe because Kobe was the first person Luffy met when he set out for his voyage, and he has always respected him afterwards.
Okay.
And on top of that, Kobe looks up to Luffy, but at the same time, he knows where he stands as far as what he wants to accomplish. So, like, he may admire Luffy, but he knows that he wants to be a Marine. This is what he set out to do. And he's not going to join his journey. He has his own journey. And the speed of the growth that Kobe has had throughout the series, I think with Garp kind of passing on the torch to Hachinosu, to Kobe, with him using his, what did he call it? Honest impact? Justice
Honesty impact.
Honesty impact, yes. I think
Honesty
that's gonna be
Valley.
like
sorry.
That's gonna be the big
Continue.
jump. That's gonna be the big jump that Kobe needs to like step into the realm of like the top tiers by the time the series is over.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Luffy's like at his end, it'll be Kobe that he talks to.
Okay. I think that answer is totally fair and makes perfect sense to me, and also kind of to me in some ways parallels Garp and Roger speaking in the cell. And he's like, "Yo, take care of my son. I know you'll do it. You'll do it. You're gonna do it." Anyone else? Or do you want me to throw out some possibilities that I've been thinking of? Let me throw out names. Go ahead.
Oh, I have idea, but I'll let them go first. Haku go, yeah.
I was thinking about it when you sent the show notes and everything, and I'm just like, does Luffy fuck with anybody outside of the Straw Hats like that? Like, he has friends, but I feel like, is he really that close with anybody? But then when you said Kobe, I was like, okay, that's the answer. That's the best answer, probably. Like, other than Kobe, who does he have that close of a connection with?
Law.
Like,
Sabo.
maybe somewhat Hancock. I feel like with Law, though, Law and Kid feel like rivals, but neither of them really feel like that close of friends. Like, even when Law traveled so much with Luffy, Law would talk to the other Straw Hats, I feel like, a bit more than Luffy. I just don't feel that connection between the two of them.
Okay.
I think they have a connection. I think Law kind of understands Luffy's personality, and like when he was with the crew, he kind of fit in seamlessly. Like when they was asking, "What do you want for lunch?" and then Law was like, "I don't like bread."
Yeah, but again, I think it's a good relationship, but I feel like the relationship to me just feels more rival than friend.
Well, for me, there's the obvious option of Sabo, because that's his brother and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Sabo is an easy option, and I just thought of one and fucking lost it. So come back to me because I thought it was a good one.
You want me to throw another name I was thinking of in passing?
Okay.
Katakuri.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
actually not bad.
Especially if they meet up again for some reason, Final War, or I don't know, whatever happens,
Yeah.
whatever's supposed to happen at Fishman Island when the Straw Hat's supposed to sink it. If they have some new interaction, I thought of Katakuri. I thought of Law. Law. I think Kobe's the best answer. Kobe. I don't know why Kobe didn't come to me.
Okay,
But
like-
go ahead.
I don't even like Bellamy that much, so I don't want it to sound like I'm gassing up Bellamy, but I also think that Bellamy is like a decent choice since Luffy did say he was his friend, and the whole aspect of dreams plays into it too. And with them both
They
being
eat some
pirates.
donuts, drink some tea.
It's like I don't even like Bellamy that much. I don't want to gas him up like this, but it's like I think about it and it's like Luffy did say they were friends.
My answer is Law, though. My answer is Law. The reason my answer is Law is like I feel what you're saying, but as Nelly said, I would argue as much as Kobe and Luffy have a strong connection, they don't actually speak that much. You know, they met they met originally, didn't see each other for a few months, met again at post NES lobbies on Water 7. Then he got punched on Marineford, and then they haven't seen each other since. But yes, you could tell like, oh, he's like, even though like he's a Marine, when he reads that Luffy's doing something awesome, he's like cheering him on secretly deep down inside, and they're like, oh, are you a fan of Lucy and Luffy? Let's go talk. You know, the Luffy fan club, like when like right before Reverie started. I do feel like Law and Luffy have a frenemy rival relationship, but I do think they're friends. Like I think like starting from Punk Hazard, I mean like saving him a Marineford just because he wanted to. Then how it built on Punk Hazard, and I'd like the pack. Remember Robin's like, you know, people betray you. He's like, are you gonna betray me? No. And his eyes, he starts sparkling. He starts sparkling. He starts sparkling and glittering, and like Law also speaking highly of Luffy, where it's like he kind of finds a way to get it done, and even like it was one of my favorite underrated moments in Wano, which I was like, yo, that's actually crazy to me. Was when Zoro's like, yo, what the fuck happened to him? And Law's like, yo, when he uses that wrecking ball shit, he can't use hockey for 5 minutes after because he was the only person who's actually seen Gear 4th in action. Like, I feel like it wouldn't be weird if, like, you know, when it's all said and done, that's the pirate he goes to, has that final talk, and then goes through whatever. But I wasn't excluding Straw Hats, though. I felt like Zoro was a viable option. Like him and Zoro just.
I was gonna say Zoro, but immediately I was. Well, he still, according to Rayleigh, Roger shared a final drink with him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna die, partner.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
he would have a Rayleigh type moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely would be Zoro, but the two that I thought of, one sort of a gag one, but not. It's Mr. Bon Clay.
I don't hate that answer. I do
one.
not dislike that
one.
answer. I don't dislike that answer at all. I love that answer,
I like
actually.
Bon Clay because it's out there and it makes sense. The other one is the obvious. The one who's always been a member would be Vivi. He'd go back and see Vivi. If they never meet up again in the story and he knew he was going to die, he might.
I'm sure he would say a proper goodbye to his crew and everyone that's like affiliated with him, like almost directly. But yeah, man. I think Kobe's a great answer though. Someone said Buggy. I don't even hate that. I don't even hate Buggy either. I don't hate Buggy either, especially if Buggy becomes pirate. No, Shanks is dying. I don't think Shanks is living to the end of the story personally, Nelly. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's making
I think
it to the
that's
story.
Shanks and Buggy more than that.
Nobody brought up Gaimon. He is going to return to the island.
Nah, yo,
Gaimon's
Gaimon's gonna be out the chest with his new girl.
Yo, yeah.
That one is crazy.
Yeah. I think my pick, if I think about it like this, yeah. I think Law or Sabo makes the most sense. I like Kobe upskill. But yeah. I
It is
think
a
would
Kobe
be
upscale, not gonna lie.
anything Garp does in this God Valley power wise is a Kobe upskill. We take those.
There we go.
That's facts. That is facts.
We take
But
those.
I personally, this question, now that it's been brought up about Buggy, I personally think that there's a far more where maybe it's just because we're not at the end of.
There's a
their
future where
journey
I
yet
can
or
see
whatever.
Buggy.
Shanks, but I see like Shanks and Buggy totally being that final because once again, ever since we learned Buggy having this, he never hated Shanks. He was disappointed in him. He was like, "You were supposed to be my next captain.
And you were supposed to follow in
do what
Roger's
I
footsteps immediately."
Yeah, and you didn't. You let me down. You were my best friend, and you fucking betrayed me. Ever since we got that, Buggy stocks went fucking high up for me and I just went like them sharing a final drink to sort of finally get over their differences, in that regard, would just be more impactful than like these are all great answers, Luffy and Kobe, Luffy and Sabo, Luffy and whatever. But I really think it'd be much more meaningful seeing Shanks and Buggy sit down for a final drink than right now at this point in the story than Luffy sitting down.
Yeah. Walk with me. Luffy, Luffy and Laboon.
Laboon. All right, Liz, it's time for you to go to bed.
Luffy and Foxy. You think about it.
No, all the way.
Yo, Foxy is 38 years old. You know what happened 38 years ago? I'm gonna let you put the pieces together.
There was that one guy in that one panel that people were saying looks like Foxy.
Foxy's hilarious. Yeah, I know that was something I was thinking about. Like, I don't know that Luffy's story will go that way, where he gets a chance to do that. But I was wondering, like, all right, like I don't know. Let's say he's Pirate King. It's like, all right, like I done used up all my lifespan because I've been spamming gear 5th and 4th and 2 or whatever. Like I was kind of just thinking along those lines. So
I think the last candidate would be Yamato because of the connection they share with Ace.
That's a good one. I like that.
I'm not mad at that.
What if it's somebody from his like hometown?
Makino,
From the East Blue?
Makino,
Makino or
Makino?
Dadan?
Whoopsa.
Going back to see his mother one more time. That's got a nice sentiment to it.
What's the name of the elder?
Whoopslap, right?
Whoopslap.
Whoopsap.
Yo, farmer.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, Whoopslap.
Funny ass name.
The strongest dude in One Piece. He gonna slap your ass.
No, that's got a hilarious name. It's like when I seen some of the Roger Pirates name, I'm like, bro, what? Lime juice?
Yeah, lime juice was crazy. I was like, what?
Yo, they just like anybody in the crew.
Yeah, like Shanks got some characters with him. Boy.
Oh, that's Shanks' crew actually. My bad. That'd be Shanks' crew. But yeah, when I see the lime juice and started dying of laughter. I said, bro, your name is not lime juice. What's your government name?
Yo, they call me Lime Juice. No, what's your real name?
Yo, the man them call me Lime Juice still, you know? That's what the man them call me.
And he looks raw too.
I
Like
always
that's
know how to season
crazy.
my tacos.
His real name Bartholomew Theodore. The
Nigga named
second.
Lime Juice and he looked raw. That's too much aura for one person.
Lime Juice is actually Erneste Delavento. He's just Spanish. He's like, nobody can pronounce my beautiful language, so I go by Lime Juice.
Yes, and Bonk. Yeah, Shanks' crew is crazy. Bonk. Let me look at these names real quick again.
Rockstar. Monkey.
Nigga name is Rockstar. He was born with aura. What the fuck?
He didn't have that when he pulled up too.
He was a rookie. It's not his fault. Building Snake killed me. Bonk Punch, Lime Juice. I thought it was one more, but yeah, that those ones killed me. I'm like, dog, no one named you guys that. I have a new baby. What we called him? Building Snake. No, that's not your government, dog.
The only one with a real fucking name is Ben Beckman. That's it.
Yeah.
I've got no last name.
Ben Beckman's sitting there like, do any of you know what a fucking surname is?
Yasub doesn't have a surname, so they can't. So his son can't trace him, man. The deadbeat activities.
I hate that Uta's here. That made me sick. I'm leaving this page.
I love that scene in Wano with the Yasub. Everyone's like, want to go see Luffy? Want to go see Luffy? Yasub. Oh fuck.
I was watching.
Like,
I was watching a One Piece video, and I can't remember who it was from. And they were talking about how Luffy won't fight a Kainu, and he doesn't hate a Kainu, and I'm like,
he definitely.
That's a bad take. I don't like it. But they were saying that there's nobody in the no one that Luffy truly hates from the bottom of his heart, and he can forgive anybody. Yeah, I
think those are separate things.
I mean, look
though.
at Fishman Island.
I think there are people.
Crocodile. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Luffy will forgive them eventually, but he will also hate them. Like he hated Crocodile, but still forgave him.
I don't even
I don't
think
even
he
think he
freaking forgets.
forgave
I think he just
Crocodile.
like lets it like he just forgets about it rather than forgiving.
And
if that makes
remember,
sense.
he did not. He was not the one to let him enter the cage. He was like, "No, I want to let him stay there and rot." And fucking Ivanka was like, "No, Straw Boy, we need his powers, so we're gonna let him out, and I'll watch him." And he's like, "All right, but this is a piece of shit." So he didn't forgive Crocodile at fucking all.
Yeah, he didn't forgive Crocodile.
No,
It's
he
like,
didn't
also
forgive
remember-
Arlong. He didn't forgive Crocodile. He didn't forgive any. You know,
He
Caesar.
hates El
C-
Flamingo
he-
too.
see, that's you, isn't it, Caesar? No, I'm Gaster Gastino. Okay, my bad.
The goat.
the
Yeah,
Mafia
I
Don.
remember in Fisherman Island when Jinbe's talking about the world and when like Luffy when he brings up first of all he brings up Blackbeard and Luffy doesn't have that much reaction, but then he brings up Akainu. He starts like he
Holding
gets
his
mad,
chest.
like he fucking
He holds
Yeah,
his
he,
scar.
like,
His scar starts throbbing.
like
and
there's
he's
no way he's gonna forgive the man like that.
Yeah, he killed his mother, bro.
wants a shot at that kind.
And that's part of the reason why I think Blackbeard needs to kill
Shanks.
Shanks to really make it personal.
Rip off his other
Yeah,
But
arm.
before-
Beat him to
I
death
do
with the
think
other arm.
that Akainu will be Sabo's fight.
I could see that, but I just the fact that he like had no beef with Akainu is just wild.
Yeah.
No, he has
don't
beef
mind,
with
I
Akainu.
don't mind that Sabo is the like whoever defeats Akainu in the end, but that is a crazy take to say that he doesn't hate him. Of course he does. He killed his brother
Right in front of him.
right in front of him. He broke his mind. He literally, without fucking Jinbe there, fucking
Yeah,
Luffy becomes Moria and gets depressed and gets fat. Like he goes the bad timeline.
That's literally his last memory of Marineford is his brother being killed right in front of him.
Yeah, no, he got nothing
Actually,
for that
technically, it's when he rang the ox bell. I'm sorry, stop.
Yeah.
Last memory of the war was
You said Marineford.
Yeah, I think I don't think he likes Blackbeard, but I think he like a lot of times he just chalks it up to this is a pirate game. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Blackbeard smokes when Blackbeard smokes a Shanks,
Listen, Luffy don't want to see
There's-
a new improved Crocodile anyways. All right.
yeah, just
Oh,
because
okay.
he accepted.
Hey, what's the
like, when he
series?
was telling his name on Wano, you know what I mean?
What's
Like,
the series?
he's accept-
2-1
Yeah.
Crocodile. Yeah.
I guess.
Never forget who's
I
up.
guess.
Never forget who's up.
That shit can turn into 2-2 real quick.
No, it can't.
so tied.
Because they ain't gonna fight again. Oh shoot!
Crocodile and Mihawk carrying.
I stay doing that
crew
with
is
Vegeta and Crocodile. I'm like, hold on, what's the series? What's the series with Vegeta and Goku? Ah, he knocked him out. I didn't ask you on that. What's the series? What's the series?
Yeah.
Who won both times?
That's the That's why the number one thing Dragon Ball Z just can't get is that Goku's never beaten Vegeta ever. It's just like Vegeta always won.
I'm
and
not
he's still
talking
bad.
about who's stronger. I'm talking about the record. And if you want
Yeah,
to,
the
and if I want to be a
record
dickhead, I could add the super not superhero when they fought with no transformations. Who won that?
and Vegeta won.
3-0.
Vegeta didn't try to win that
3-0
fight.
right now. He's 3-0.
Look, I don't know.
That's
First time
my
they
goat.
fought, Goku did beat the
He
shit out of
did
him.
not
so
beat
I
him.
don't
I don't know
know.
why you keep. I don't know why you keep saying that. Him transforming is not him
Bro,
losing.
Look at the tape. Look at the tape.
I
Vegeta
saw
was
the
on
I saw the
floor
tape. He was
down.
squeezing him like a plushie.
No, Vegeta was sick. He was like, bro, I'm getting my ass whooped.
He
He was
did,
sick.
and Goku's body was about to fail him.
Yeah.
Yo, Rain, to answer your question, I don't think he remembers Don Krieg.
I genuinely
Don
think
Krieg
he'd run to Don Krieg and be like, "Who the fuck are you?" I actually believe that he would not. I genuinely believe he forgot who that is. I think he'd recognize Gin. I don't think he'd recognize Don Krieg.
Not the way he looks now, no.
It could be the same Don Krieg. That dumbass not recognizing him, man.
Horty
Luffy.
Jones.
No, he would recognize the armor, but like with the way he looks now, especially if he's not wearing the armor, he'd be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
If you lined them all up, he'd be like Ichigo when he got back from fucking the dung guy and fucking at the end of, and he'd be like, "Oh, Tusky-san. Trying to act all cool, and then he's like, Yamashita-san. It's not even close. What the fuck?
He did not know who that nigga was at all.
Yeah, he paused. He took a second and just threw something out. I said, bro, he's me for real. Andrew. My name is Michael. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That was funny. I can't wait to
So
I can't
cool
wait to
when
drop
you
that
did
when the
that,
1,000-year
like-
blood wars coming back. I'm gonna drop that video essay. But
Oh, that's so good, so good.
all right, we reached the end of all of our topics that we have here written for this episode. If there's anything else you guys have on your hearts and minds and spirits, now's the time, or we can start to wrap up.
Roger gonna show off, man. We gonna be in Roger's era soon.
Yo, Lizard is Roger's entire PR team. It's so funny to me. I love it though. I'm not mad at it. You could have picked someone else.
I want at least a whole month.
People
I'll
used to
pick
defend
Mihawk.
Jack in my presence, bro. I can't believe
What?
it. I lived
Yo.
through that. You think
You
I
mean
forgot?
whack? You mean whack?
You call him. You put an L there, he lacking. You put a W there, he whack. You know what I mean? What's up, cuz?
They called that nigga Jack the Drag Down.
Yeah. Mhm.
What?
Nah, that chapter was so glorious. Oh my god. We finally got introduced to the real steppers in Kaido's crew. I was like, there's no way Jack is the guy that Kaido looks to get shit done. Like, I just could not believe that. I was like, thank God we have King and Queen.
He said 3 hours of standing is crazy. It's better than me sitting. But my back has gotten so much better. I can actually sit down for longer periods of time. It's so much better. I won't lie to y'all. I did a regular workout today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not hurt though. I'm good. I'm healed.
Brother,
I'm healed.
whatever your regular routine is, you better have that.
I didn't say same amount of numbers. I cut it to an hour. I didn't do it 2 hours, so I'll say that much. Is Captain John's treasure a grimoire from God Valley? I feel like there may be more than one. Plus Buggy with magic will be crazy. Buggy is magic.
Buggy is magic.
When he becomes Pirate King, never forget who believed first. It wasn't me. I'm Team Crocodile and Teach.
Well, if the Crossguild gets it, are you counting Crocodile as the true Pirate King?
Of course. Who do you think runs Cross Guild? Crocodile.
It was Crocodile's idea.
Who's the leader? Crocodile.
It was his idea.
I will go with Naya here. Crocodile is 100% the leader because Mihawk's just like, he is literally going with the flow. He's the one who convinced Mihawk to leave the island.
Mihawk don't do shit. He just sipping wine, sitting down, not saying nothing.
Man, nobody.
Buggy just capping, lying, and who do you think is dealing with the funds and making the plans? It's Crocodile.
And now Mihawk and Crocodile are like, you just made our job 1,000 fucking times harder, you asshole.
I won't even lie to you.
Honestly,
Sorry,
what happened?
Haku, go right after me. What would bug me more about being them is having to ride on that fuck ass ship. Forget the poster. I'm breaking the helm up. I'm not riding on the ship with your face on it. No. Put me in the coffin boat. Go ahead, Haku. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna cut in and say, what happened to the Mihawk that was introduced, like, just cutting up Krieg's crew for the hell of it? Like, did he just say, man, that's enough of a workout for this decade? I'm good?
He got. Listen, that's.
Do I need
he's
to do
blue
my speech
fodder,
again?
Man.
Let me do my Mihawk speech again. Not Mihawk speech.
Listen, to me, man, he's just the dude. Once again, remember, he's like semi-retired. He just wants to chill. He wants to pull Rayleigh. He goes,
Nah. He's not. We're not giving him that. What did he say when he learned the warlord system got abolished? Ooh, it's been so long since I've been chased. The thrill. What did he do? Nothing. I don't want to. He didn't do nothing.
He ran to Crossguild
by nobody.
Yo, dog.
Like a moron.
because he fights nobody.
Dog. The one time you decided to leave your bitch ass house and torture a nobody pirate, you found a swordsman worthy of fighting. I'm tired of him being a fake demon. You don't seek smoke. I'm not doubting his strength, but stop acting like you looking for a fight. Okay, you're not. You don't do nothing. You don't fight nobody.
Man,
There's not a single tale on Wano of you coming there putting in work. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of it. I'm done with him. I'm done.
No. All I'm saying
No.
is that he was excited at the prospect of
And by the way, this extends to Kaido. Kaido, you're not safe. I'm on your head too. It's up. Leave the crib.
He just said this ain't worth my fucking time. He cut down the whole fucking fleet and said, I'm not leaving for this shit. If they don't think I'm worthy of a goddamn admiral, to fuck these guys. He got excited for 5 seconds and said, really? Really? This is what you
See,
said?
He was fake. He was faking the funk.
Yo,
would
that
depress me,
would have
man.
weight if we didn't realize that he ran to become a warlord for most of it. Like he ran to be the chill, like to be able to chill out and not have to fight
Yo,
anybody.
this Captain Curl gimmick. I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
I'd be like Roger at the beginning of the Wano flashback. I'd be like, really? This is what you sent me? Either send me Garber Sengoku or fuck off. I'm not about this. You know? I'm with Mihawk on that, man. It's like, you did not send an admiral. You're more.
He didn't even say that, man. Like
He didn't say I want to fight an admiral. He said, how long has it been since I was the one that was being chased? The thrill.
maybe
they
if you
know
weren't
where
the
he is.
warlord and
He
had the
even
world
said,
government
like-
backing you, you could have had some people fighting you.
Oh God, Mihawk
He's
slander
still
will
being
always move
chased. They
me.
just know where he is. He's just like, come get me.
No.
They
Anyways.
tried. They just sucked.
Anywho, thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate it. This was a fun episode again, as per usual. As I've been saying, and for you guys here, I'm trying to do these every Thursday. The weeks that One Piece does not come out. That's the plan. And I've been consistent. Been doing well. I've been doing good. I'll be lying. I'll be saying stuff and not doing stuff, but I've been good so far. So, any final words for the people, y'all?
Y'all about to see the craziest baby hockey from Shanks.
Griever. Final words.
It's always great to be a part of this. Looking forward to the next one because we're all right and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah. Haku.
Can't wait to see what happens next in the Goon Valley incident.
Yes, sir. Big Pat.
Rock's a real nigga. Summers is a bitch. Can't wait to see him get his ass beat. And Sanji best ass.
And you know how I always end it.
Summers
You know how I
is
always
the
end
winner.
it. Crocodile GOAT. Crocodile for a Power King. Yeah.